Welcome to Tempting Fate, and boom, done.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Hi. So yeah, welcome to Tempting Fate. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, let's get started. Sorry, as usual, hectic coming down to the last minute here. So first, yeah, let's meet who we've got today. We've got our regulars, the amazing Sam DeLev.
That's me.
And we have the wizard known as Gina DeVivo.
Hello.
A regular making her first appearance this season. Welcome, Gina.
Thank you.
And a new friend who has not been on Tempting Fate before. Our good buddy, the man they call Colin Kelly.
Hugs for the hug and climb.
Susie Army.
Yay!
Yes, hello. Yes, welcome to me, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we got Colin. Thank you everybody for coming.
Where is it?
Up there.
It's right there. Camera.
Oh, the camera.
You're being smart.
No, I was like,
there.
there's a camera.
Camera's
There's
like
it's hiding in the shadows.
We are professional? Some things.
I'm not. You guys are the pros. I'm just.
So yeah, here on Tempting Fate, we play skins of John Harper's game Lasers and Feelings. John Harper's a brilliant game designer. He's got a bunch of other games. Thank you for the sub, Jeff.
Thank you, sub.
And yeah, check out John Harper's stuff, and you can check out the skins that we've played here before in the Tempting Fate room of the Saving Throw Discord. Thank you, Librarian Liz, for the sub.
Telling people to look at our skins will never not sound weird.
Yeah, go look at our skins.
Observe our skins.
Yeah, it's disturbing when you put it that way. I never thought about it. We'll find something less disturbing to call those.
No.
We'll get back to that. Yeah, no, we'll put it to a vote or something.
Max Isaacson would have it no other way.
Examine
That
the
is
flesh.
true. Max would like that. Yeah. So yeah, and big thanks to Dom Zook behind the camera.
Hey, Dom.
And to Saving Throw, who makes all this possible. And you know, on that, thanks to you who make Saving Throw possible with the donations you give, and you have been particularly generous with us this season and last season. You guys have been great. We are really grateful. And we have rewards as usual. We have Carrier Penguins. Check out our official Carrier Penguin done by our friend Meaning of Night. You can find it at Tempting Fate RPG. Oh, thank you, Dark and Nate. For
Thank you.
You guys are like,
They're on it.
Awesome.
They're the best.
Nice guys.
That's exactly. They are the best.
Yeah, they are the best.
Fine.
Ready for some reroll.
Now tonight we are playing The Rock, and it's like The Rock is a Michael Bay movie from the 90s where a bunch of commandos have to go into Alcatraz with a Khan who escaped from Alcatraz to stop some crazy military terrorist plan to blow people up with nerve gas or something. It's a Michael Bay movie. It's
one of his best.
It's one of his best, yes, and it's got a big plot that's got a lot of elements. But yeah, we're doing something here today that's, we're doing The Rock over the next 2 weeks. And this week, thank you PFW Scott, thank you Post-Outist, thank you everybody for the resubs. And what we're doing this week is, I always thought it would be cool to jump a little bit earlier into the story of The Rock. Sean Carring's character in The Rock escapes from Alcatraz way back in the 60s, and then they need his help to get back in the 90s. So I figured I would start our Rock with a flashback to the 60s where we will see the story of the escape from Alcatraz that's going to lay the groundwork for the material covered in the Michael Bay movie later. So
Or
this
we
week,
die.
Or we all die.
Or they
die.
all die, and yeah, and everyone's got to be a new character next week. Which totally
My backup
can happen.
character is excellent.
Yeah, so you will see that everybody is in prison guard today. Flavor Text, thank you for the sub.
Amazing.
And here are our rewards. Along those lines for tonight. So at $25, there is a shot at redemption. That is 3 rerolls for the table and 3 rerolls for me. My rerolls are like forced rerolls. Oh, thank you for the bits,
Thank you.
It's
my rerolls are forced rerolls where I can make people reroll stuff that they do well on. It's great for conflict and storytelling. Just ask Colin, he'll tell you. Conflict, essence of storytelling. But yeah, so $25 shot at redemption. And $50, we'll do a secret objective this week. Everybody will get a secret objective. And if we should get to $75, we have a terrifying vision of things to come. Sam's character will have an ominous premonition that I will work into the story, no matter what it is.
no pressure.
Yeah, I got narrative control, and we know how much. I'm scared. No. A terrifying premonition.
if we get to $100, animal familiars. Everybody gets like a jailhouse pet, which is like, you've seen this in like, the Birdman of Alcatraz, or like the guy who's got the mouse in Escape.
I could get like a pet mouse?
Yes, you can have like a pet.
Can it be like a? Can it be like a?
Be like a bug.
Can it be like a sock that I've filled with like beans?
I lost my screen.
I don't know. It's a bean sock.
No, it has to be a living bean.
Yeah. So animal familiars. Everyone gets a jailhouse pet, which could be a mouse, a rat, a small bird, something that you can believe somebody can sneak and have in a prison, like a little tiny pet.
A sock full of beans is probably
a sock full of beans. Yes.
The little face drawn on it.
I love him.
Okay, I kind of love this like Wilson song.
I will die for sock bean, my sock bean child.
Aw. Wow.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm here right now.
Yeah.
I've been sold.
And at $150, we will have. Wait, I think I got it back. At yes, I got it back. Okay. At $150, we will have help from a mysterious friend. The characters will receive a special delivery from an ally they didn't know they had.
I have a strong feeling, considering that I think our combined intelligence on how to actually break out of jail is probably pretty low. We might need that help.
Yeah.
You probably are right.
Probably.
Yeah,
right.
no, it's real low, and we're gonna need help.
Sam's like, I have never broken out of jail before.
Prison and jail are completely different, and the strategies required are irrelevant.
You should say no more.
So yeah, if
We're not live, right?
Hi, Mike.
Well, edit this out to make us look good later, right? So that's $150 help from mysterious friend, and if we should get to $200, if you are that generous, Colin will do Sean Connery. Yes.
Yes!
Colin Kelly is famous for a few things. He's a writer in many mediums, but he's most famous for his Sean Connery.
That's true. It's 100%
which is just
true.
renowned throughout the world.
I haven't seen it.
Colin will deliver.
this.
Colin will deliver a
know if I've seen
very
it.
special monologue that I have printed out.
Oh dear.
In Sean Connery voice.
Yes. Maximum, like, sexy, young, like, saucy Sean Connery voice.
Go on.
Yeah, it's pretty...
That's quite an image that's
pretty
being
good.
painted that I would like to see.
Like Zardoz Sean
Oh,
Connery. Yeah.
Are you
I have
doing
no,
it in
no,
speed?
I don't know that reference,
I do
but I'm
not,
already
I do
Dang
not,
it!
I'm sorry, I lost my red onesie. But,
Speedo thing.
yeah. Google Zardoz if you don't know what we're talking about.
Seriously.
Yes.
Just picture that on Colin when it happens.
Oof. No.
I'm picturing that good idea like laid out, but with the yeah.
No, okay, but it'll be fun. So help us get there.
Yeah, that's Colin's Sean Connery impression at $200, and if we should get to $250, our highest tier this week is all three escape from
For
Alcatraz.
your penguins.
So, if we get to $250, everybody escapes. If we don't get to $250, at least somebody is not going to make it or die.
Oh,
Wait a minute, what?
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 When did that become part of the rules?
Well, there's got to be something at stake. It is an escape from Alcatraz. It's got to feel dangerous. So
Right, okay, so one of us won't make it. Cool.
Unless
you guys can help us.
the other prisoners rally together and help us.
Look, it's not a matter of all of us getting out
But now that I said,
together, it's just a matter of not being the last one out.
so,
You don't have to outrun the bear.
So, those are the tiers, and as always, subs get to give player rerolls, and we got a bunch of those to give out already. First of all, we got some left over from last week.
Oh, yeah.
Sam had 4.
Yep.
I have 3.
Oh no.
And the table has 3.
Oh yay.
So, boom. And now, for the new rerolls, Librarian Liz sends a reroll to Gina.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you very much. Olive Sharp sends a reroll from last week to Sam. That's right, I had that noted. Thank you, Olive Sharp. Sorry I missed that last week. And Dark of Nate sends a reroll to me. Thank you, Dark of Nate.
Why are you like this? You've been like this before. I know. I remember.
Don't listen to
I'm like a telltale game. Sam will remember.
Don't listen. And PFW Scott sends a reroll to Colin Kelly.
Yeah.
I'll need it. Thank you.
This is a game we're gonna need it.
And Jeff, MO307, sends their reroll to Gina.
Thank you, Jeff.
And Post.s sends a reroll to Gina.
Yay!
Start a show. People like Gina.
And Flavatech sends their reroll to Sam.
Thank you so much, Flavatech. I really like
Thank
your
you,
name.
everybody.
It is a good name.
Yeah, and then and that is all that business taken care of. Cool. So yeah, welcome to the Rock. Yeah, we play lasers and feelings here, and the way this works is everybody's got a character, and every character has a number. And when something is in doubt,
5.
yes, every character
I
has a
have
prison
6.
number tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that. You have one extra number.
I do.
Because you're
Because she's
one-
extra.
It's okay.
I'm extra.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like if your number is high,
I wrote
the number
last
is
one in the Sharpie.
your number is 2 through 5. If you have a high number, means you're better at what we're calling this week Mason tasks, after Sean Connery's character John Patrick Mason in the movie. That means you're better at like technology and science and cold rationality, real Spock type, who's cold and logical. And a low number means you're better at good speed tasks, named after Nicolas Cage's character from The Rock, who's sort of this fly-by-the-seat-of-his-pants guy for an adventure. And that means you're better at things that involve intuition, diplomacy, seduction, and wild, passionate action. Whenever something is in doubt, I call for a roll. I tell you if you're using your Mason skills or your good speed skills. If it's Mason, you want to roll under your number. If it's good speed, you want to roll over your number. You roll 1 die automatically, 2 if it's something you're prepared for, and 3 if it's something you're an expert in. You can get a 4th die if somebody helps you. The rules for succeeding at help are the same. If the person trying to help you succeeds, you get an extra die. If they don't succeed, it doesn't hurt you in any way, you just don't get help. And if none of your die succeeds, whatever it is you wanted goes horribly wrong. If one of your die succeeds, you can barely manage it at some sort of complication or cost. If 2 succeed, you do a good job. And if 3 succeed, you get some kind of extra bonus or something happens. And if you roll your number exactly, you have what this week we are calling Ask the Cell Block. You would be surprised what the people on the cell block know.
We're not asking the literal blocks. That makes so much more sense.
Yes. Yeah, it is actually the people on the block that you are talking to.
Can we get in touch with Jenny? From the block?
Jenny from the block?
Right, yeah.
Perhaps you can.
Oh, plant on the
She's
block.
still
My
there.
name's Jenny.
Just moss on
Jenny.
the rocks.
Yeah, most. Oh, that's cute and sad.
And everybody's been outfitted with a little tiny briefing on Alcatraz that just gives kind of Meaning of Night!
wow,
Thank you! Oh my god, thank you,
Oh my
Meaning of
gosh.
Night. Meaning of Night, our friend who draws the official carrier penguins. But that unlocks 3 rerolls for the table.
Thank you.
And 3 rerolls for me. Thank you, Meaning of Night.
Oh boy.
And our next tier is a secret objective for everybody. Oh my god, Shalthea! Thank you!
Thank you, Shelby.
Thank you, oh my god. So that is a secret objective for everybody.
great-
So
I feel like Shalthea is like an ancient,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Naga or like reptile queen or something. I don't know.
I'm into it.
Reading
Yeah.
a lot of Conan stuff right now.
So in no particular order, these are just
All right.
randomly assigned.
Objective of secrets.
These are your,
Oh, no.
your secret objectives.
Interesting.
Heart of Handprints, thank you.
Does that get us to the babies yet?
That gets us a terrible vision of things to
Oh
come.
my God.
We're just
Sam's nightmares are being literally unleashed right here tonight.
it's great.
Now, Sam now gets to have
It's gonna be
terrifying...
a lot of pancakes.
Oh my god. Pancake nightmare. Oh my god, PFW Scott.
Thank you. Oh my
That
gosh.
Are we at
unlocks
Sweet Baby Shop?
animal familiars.
Sock full of beans.
So I actually
I
forgot.
don't know. I'm so in love with the
Or
sock full
cat.
of beads.
Or cat.
I actually neglected to tell you something about the animal familiars,
Oh,
which
no.
is that
I
everybody's
can't-
animal familiars will be played by a different character, but different player.
Oh.
Holy!
Oh,
Can I be the sock
predationing
full of
this.
beads?
Gina, you're Colin's sock full of beans.
You are now a mouse, Colin. Just
Colin,
be
you're
prepared.
playing Sam's mouse, and Sam, you're playing Gina's.
I don't know yet.
It's okay. It's all right.
What can I bring inside of a prison?
A little bird. A burb.
There's a burb.
A
A
bug.
big cockroach.
Oh,
There's a certain
There's a cockroach.
Worms.
Worms. Ooh.
burbs. Yeah, lots of
Snake,
burbs.
maybe a little tiny snake.
I can
Maybe
bring
a
a
little goldfish.
snake in.
Maybe like a little snake. I don't know. You know when you get away with
Ooh,
snake?
snake.
A garden
Colin seems
snake.
skeptical. Colin's done a lot of hard time.
Goldfish.
A goldfish?
Yeah, can I have
Might
a
be
little
kinda like
container
you'd need
of
to-
water?
In a Ziploc.
In a little Ziploc.
Like goldfish in a
water.
little mason jar. Ha, mason jar.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you, everybody. By the way, yeah, and if we get to $150, our next tier is help from a mysterious friend who could be anybody.
More like a little pigeon. Like a
You
sky rat.
want a fish, you get a fish. You want a goldfish?
I kind of want a goldfish.
All right.
It won't help at all, but neither will sock the
Hey, you never know.
Philippines is just about the worst.
My house is gonna be
That's not
helpful.
true. It is a weapon.
That's true. I'm gonna
Maybe
use
goldfish
you to...
could like swim through the toilets and go retrieve some information from somewhere. I don't know if you'd want that information, but you know, hey.
I mean, it could be a shitty idea, but it could be great.
God damn it!
I just want a goldfish named Sunshine.
All right, Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Okay. So yeah, everybody got like
Mason jar.
a little briefing today. It's got like a picture of Alcatraz, so they sort of get like a sense of what the island feels like, and a blueprint that came out a little blurry, so it's hard to read. But it is a blueprint of the main cell blocks of Alcatraz, and then sort of map of where Alcatraz sits in the bay. In real life, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, the guys who actually escaped from Alcatraz, went north to Angel Island. If that's the way you escape, you can do that, but you guys are welcome to try whatever you want. This gives you the lay of the land. Oh, Lucille, thank you. Thank you, everybody. So, yeah, we are not going to...
Sure, so much closer.
Yeah, it's like we're not going to stick to this, like, you know, like a Bible tonight. It's like we're prone to improv and sort of expand as we go, but at least everybody's picturing the same kind of thing now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, then I can't go off script.
It's been known to happen. Yes, this is a script, actually.
Enter scene 1.
We had like 6, 7 people in reading for Colin's part before he actually...
I nailed it though, I got the role!
Yeah,
You had to kill 3.
It was
Time
the
to
bean
bring
sack.
my acting!
it's like you can see here on the blueprint that Alcatraz has 4 cell blocks.
Which one is the
Oh,
bigger?
Dark of Date, thank you.
Thank you. I think that gets someone.
I think that gets the help from a mysterious friend.
We have mystery friends.
We already have mystery friends.
I have friends now.
Oh.
Delayed sound effect.
Delayed sound.
Yes,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Thank you, Dark of Date. Thank you, everybody.
My sock full of beans' name is Roshan.
Roshan?
After a girl I loved.
Gross.
No. Oh no. You don't, my love is passionate and fiery. You can't tell me it's gross.
What about fire?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so Alcatraz has like 4 cell blocks, a mess hall, kitchen. There's an armory for the guards to go arm up in case anything goes wrong. There are visiting rooms, which were actually not used. We're not allowed visitors at Alcatraz. There was a library. There were metal detectors, a whole metal detector area where you're let into the prison. And there's a shooting gallery, gun gallery, where they say the guards would just practice, target practice in a place where the prisoners can see it as a little extra psychological advantage as the prisoners just sat there all day and saw how great the guards were at shooting stuff. It was a pretty sick place.
That doesn't sound super... Wait a minute. I thought Oh, wait a minute. I love it. My first time, I've been waiting for so long to come and have a lot of fun on Wonderful Tempting Fate with my wonderful friends, and I end up on the one episode where it's like, this is a nightmare scenario.
This one's gonna be like, no.
I was trapped on an island of smoke monsters. It was great. So there was that one too.
Yeah, we've done dark before. This won't be that. Or, I don't know.
No, this is a much...
It's up to you.
Alcatraz is a much nicer island.
Wait, you're listening to Complain, but wait till you hear his character. Oh, by the way, Otter Rubbish sends their reroll to Colin.
Ew, grazie. Or rather, that's some damn good crack.
Thank you, Otter Rubbish.
Page of the contraband.
So, that's... our next here is Colin doing his famous Sean Connery impression.
Oh my goodness.
Do we do it up front, or if like we hit this, do we
whole
hold on
monologue.
to it?
Wait for
At a
the
narratively.
Yeah, at a
beautiful
narratively appropriate
monologue
moment.
scene.
Relatively, yeah. We'll find the right moment.
All moments.
It's a pretty heavy monologue, so we'll have to find like the right, really dark.
Oh boy.
Good.
Yeah,
Great.
we've gone dark before,
Save it
but
for the emotional weight.
never anything like what I'm giving Colin.
Look, we know what we're here for.
Look, my goal is always...
That is gonna...
I want tears.
Woo!
So,
there will be tears.
Oh, good.
I really want to see this now. I guess I'll hear it.
Guy.
Do you really want to say it?
Yes.
All right, sorry, I don't mean to hold things up. But
Nope,
But
Shannon,
you're the only
concentrate.
one that doesn't get to see.
I love it. Look, put it literally. Put
this one
literally.
now?
Yeah.
Huh?
Put
That one.
literally.
I actually know that one.
Oh,
That's
really?
amazing. Oh my gosh.
I will read the phone for you, Rick. I will read the phone book.
Uh,
I will read literally anything you put in front of me.
Dom,
Dom
you have your
time's
Dom
here.
time.
Phone book.
yeah, we'll be torturing Colin in downtime. No. So I think that is everything we need to. Oh yeah. Okay, let's meet the characters. Our characters this week. Let's start here with Gina. Gina is playing James.
James Wickham. Hello, I'm James Wickham. Everyone just calls me Jimmy the Wick.
Jimmy is an arsonist.
Yes, I am.
Hey, only the worst of the worst go to Alcatraz, and Jimmy is pretty bad. Jimmy burned down City Hall when he was kicked out of a community meeting.
They wouldn't listen to me about the skunks by my house.
And then was put in prison and set the previous prison on fire when Jimmy was kicked out of a book club meeting.
I wasn't kicked out. They just didn't inform me when the meeting was. They won't do that again.
That they certainly will not. Jimmy was a problem case.
I like books.
Wound up at Alcatraz.
I like to talk about them.
They send you postcards about books now, letting you know where the mitten is at the old prison.
Oh, I don't think they have the capacity to write any more postcards.
Dictation, perhaps.
I suppose that's true. I'll wait and see if I get a letter.
Wow.
We'll keep it in mind.
Jimmy's number is 4. He is a Masonish character, and I'm gonna call out here. I'm going to steal an idea since we're crime themed tonight. Our friend Poisel shouted out the idea of making sure we call out everybody's pronouns at the beginning of a show, and I feel like we should be doing that. So Jimmy's he, him. And his personality is stoic scrounger. Scrounger, if you've seen prison movies, is that person who seems to be able to kind of find stuff. If you need a little wire, the scrounger knows where to steal a little wire. If you need,
How do you think I was able to light a prison on fire? I know where to get stuff.
Stoic scrounger, and his number is 4, which makes him Mason-ish, just on the Mason side of center.
I got a little bit of passion left.
Just a little.
This is
Just
gonna
a
be,
smidge.
wow.
When I
And
see that flame, it reignites inside of me.
wow,
Goodness.
wow. What have I done?
Yeah.
You did this.
Yeah.
Smoldering,
Wow.
Jimmy. Okay.
And over here, we have Kelly Conway. Kelly's they, them. And Kelly's number is 5, which makes them all the way on the Mason side of things. And Kelly's personality is a brainy mastermind. Do you want to tell us a little about Kelly? Kelly's crime brother. Kelly was. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I am obligated by my lawyers and for the purpose of my appeal, required to say that we were not robbing a bank.
Hey, thank you for the bit. Fennec Wolf.
Having said that, I would do it again if it would pay any of my husband's medical bills that it was supposed to pay. My only regret is that I didn't mastermind it quite well enough, and we both spent his final days in here. A little bit like you. Firebug. It's a nice way to flirt.
It definitely is. What did I tell you about that spark that gets lit?
It smolders. It burns slow and fast.
Kelly Conway, 5, not a bank robber.
Definitely. I remember that bank that you didn't rob.
Oh, which one? That I didn't rob.
Oh, you know, none of them.
I appreciate you.
And Mr. Colin Kelly this week is playing Gail Powers. Great last name, by the way.
Yeah,
Gail's he him. No, his number is a 3, and which makes him just on the good speed side of center, so he's good speedish. And his personality, he's a reckless tinkerer. Why don't you tell us what Gail did to get in?
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, Gail has been a bit here and a bit there, all across the pond. A little bit of work in England, a little bit of work in Dublin, a little bit of work in New York, Chicago, St. Louis, across the country. Turns out when you're excellent, maybe not setting fires, but just watching things go up in flame, a bit of an explosion, you can say. I could say I have a bit of an explosive personality, I suppose. Got my training with the IRA, but decided to go to the freelance, because, you know, politics are fine, but cash, well, cash is so much better. Unfortunately, put my trust in the wrong side. People, it turns out, sometimes criminals are a non-trustworthy sort. Can you fucking believe it? And landed myself here with you fine folks.
Can you imagine what this Sean Connery impression must sound like? So yeah, those are our 3 players for today. Well, okay, let's get started with this.
Fucking grand.
Shout out real quick to Raveny, who couldn't be here tonight,
Oh.
but was playing my husband.
Yes! Oh my god! So,
I see.
I totally forgot to mention, yes, Raveny, who we said would be here, unfortunately fell a little under the weather at the last moment and could not make it. We love Raveny, she wishes she could be here. Yes, it threw a little bit of a bump in the road for Sam's character. But Sam, as usual, will roll with it. And
The second the cameras are off, I'm just saying.
hashtag me puns, let us know in the chat. So yeah, you are brought to Alcatraz by boat. Everybody comes by boat, and it is a long, slow ride where you are surrounded by guards, and it's a rainy day when they bring you in. It's San Francisco. It's always cloudy and rainy, and the ride is choppy, and just the whole time you can see this island ahead of you growing larger, and you can just see quite how far the distance from shore all the way to the prison island is. And as it comes into focus, you start to see the barbed wire fences, the spotlights, the sharpshooters, the walls, the dogs. The thickness of the concrete. You start getting the feeling of why this place is called The Rock. And the boat lands, finally. It reaches this dock, the one and only dock that you can spy from the direction that you came in. You are led into this fortress in the bay, and a chain of guards surround you. They all have shotguns, and they shuffle you in. Everybody shuffles in very calmly. You are with a whole bunch of other prisoners. Everybody looks pretty bad, but everybody looks pretty scared. This is the kind of place that scares even the worst of the worst. And you are let in through the heavy security, through the barbed wire fences, and past the dogs and stuff, and through the locks. And these are these giant iron doors at the front that, like, only one opens, lets you in, and only then will the next one open and let you into the next part of the prison, making it entry very slow, exit basically impossible by going through the front door. And when you get to the other side of the locks, you are stripped and you are deloused and showered and issued prison clothes. And this is standard procedure, and you are put in a line for a warden.
Don't forget to get deep. That's nice, and get the undercarriage. There we go. That's nice. All right. Been a while since I've been deloused. Thank you, Grand.
And you just see 2 guards looking at you, and one of them sort of whispers something to the other, and they look at you like, oh, they can't wait to get a piece.
You're like a little ginger sugar. Come later. You feck.
And you are put in the line, and the warden comes out, and the warden is this, say, 35, 40-year-old white man in a very expensive-looking suit and a sort of stern, intellectual pair of glasses, and he has this kind of permanent scowl on his face, and he looks you over, and he... Welcome to Alcatraz. You are allowed no visitors. You will get no privileges. you will have no cellmate. And no one has ever escaped. So you can just forget it. If you're lucky, you will get a job. If you are lucky, you will be allowed yard time. If you are lucky, you will not wind up in solitary. And on that, he nods at the guard, and the guard, this way, and he marshals you all through, and you are taken down into, we will say, cell block, one of these cell blocks. We'll call it cell block A, just so you know how to refer it.
That is one of the things.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which one it is for our purposes right now, but just so we know how to talk
It's
about
on
it.
the exterior.
You are
It's
all
not
on
in the
cell
center.
block A.
Good to know.
That's good.
Near
Yeah,
the windows.
we're all near the external wall.
I'm not gonna
And
pay attention in such a
No.
yeah, and you are put in a cell, and you are put in a cell, and you are put in a cell, and the three of you are basically
Are we neighbors?
neighbors. Colin, you are in the middle.
Oh my! I'll let you know if I need to borrow sugar.
Sorry,
Ginger
Gail.
sugar? Is that what you said?
I've got a little short on both at the moment. Who do we got next to us?
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, sounds feckin' posh.
Yeah, something like that.
Get in for little collecting too many cash dollars, maybe smuggling too many banknotes in and out of a white collar kind of soft crime situation.
Hey, you know, never enough cash dollars.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
Are we gonna do names or are we gonna jabber on?
Name's Jimmy.
Conway.
Nice to meet you.
You can probably wave at
Pleasure.
each other. You're on opposite sides of Colin's.
Oh no!
so
I'm.
it's like,
Are our cells closed?
no, like they're bars, but it's like you are all individual cells. So it's like, yes, you cannot.
No, that's what I mean. Are we locked in?
Oh yeah, you are.
So that was me reaching through the bar,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
like
Yeah.
shaking metaphorically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can write. You can see.
Yeah, it's more
Wait,
of
hold,
a.
hold on, let me.
I mean, as it has
It's
physically
the across
just
the
been
table
right now.
high five.
Wait,
Yeah.
I can help with this. Hey, Gail Powers, pleasure to meet you. And I'm gonna shake
Gail
your hand,
Powers.
and then I'm gonna go to the other side, and I'm gonna shake. This is Conway. This is Jimmy. Looks like we're gonna be cell block E friends. Not so bad. Not so bad. Just for the rest of our natural lives.
Is that what you're intending?
Well, you know, I've had smaller flats. That's for sure. Probably slightly nicer, but not by much. As far as things go, I think this could be an all right way to rot slowly and die, I suppose.
I don't like it here. Everything's too damp.
Well, if you want damp, you should come to Ireland. The weather here is pretty much like home.
I believe he's expressed desire for something other than damp. Perhaps literally anywhere else.
Ain't that a fact? Can't light many things that are on fire. Damn, I don't like it. It's too cold. It's too wet. Too windy. Everything.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, watch our volume here for a second, but I mean, we're trapped on the rock. Even I've heard about the rock. You don't get off the rock. I mean, no one's escapes. No one, steps away. No one, you can't swim, you can't sail, you can't dig. Sounds like you're thinking about escaping, but there's nowhere to escape to. We're doomed, man.
Who
Might
would have
be
ever said
talking.
anything about that? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I'm shocked, simply shocked by the allegation.
You're talking a mite loud there, Gail.
Yeah, you're gonna want to quiet down. And across the cell, you see some guy leaning out, and he kind of old fella, looks kind of harmless, you know, compared to many of the people that you have seen so far inside. He's so old, you know, you're not quite afraid of this guy. And he's like,
Afternoon.
Never.
yeah, good afternoon. Great to be here. Your friend is right. Just forget about getting out of here. No one gets off the rock. If you want my advice, I would say you get yourself a nice pet and you settle down. Now, like, for example, look at me here. And he pulls from behind him. He's got like this little like sort of cardboard box, and inside it's like there's like a mouse and a bird and a couple of like cockroaches crawling around, there's like a butterfly and like a moth, and like there's like a little sock full of beans with a face drawn on it.
Now, one of these things doesn't seem like the others.
Wait a minute. Is that a sock full of beans?
That is, in fact, the item to which I refer. Good sir.
Do you want this sock full of beans?
I mean, look, when I was a lad growing up, it's fun. I mean, I grew up on a small farm. Not a lot going for us outside of Galway, and me ma, I mean, there were the sheep outside, obviously, but you can't be friends with the sheep. You got to shore the sheep. But ma gave me a lovely little sack of beans. She said, "This is your best friend. This will be your only friend, Gail. A sack full of how you would have." I feel like there's a little bit of Ireland here on this rock, one island to another.
Well, I just needed some place to keep my beans, but if it means that much to you, and he flips you a sack full of beans.
Oh,
yes!
A sack full of beans. That's all I ever wanted. Finally, I didn't think this would feel like home, but now I might never leave.
I warned you to expect some extreme content. So don't say that we didn't, and he looks over at you. He's actually across the hall. The three of you are all on the same side. And he looks at you and he's like, "Hey, you. I'm a pretty good judge of character. You strike me as a mouse person."
You saying I'm gonna rat on you?
And he thinks about it. Hey, Alcatraz puns. Let us know what you think in the yard.
I'll be sure the moment I have yard privileges to do just that. But yes, I do think a murine companion could be some
privilege to be in that yard, but and yeah, he scoops around in the diorama and he comes up with a mouse.
You had actual props?
It's
Hitchhiker.
It's the Hitchhiker's Guide mouse. Just happens to still be around.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I love it.
It's a cat toy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I looked for cat toys like a while ago and I didn't find one this dope.
No, the mouse, the squeak.
Yeah, I picked it up to play Arthur Dent on
It's the best thing.
So
I'm a connoisseur now.
So he's like, yeah, enjoy your mouse. You should probably give it a name. What's your mouse's name?
Heads. You got a good head on your shoulders.
Head's the mouse.
That's you.
And you.
I don't do too well with pets.
You don't want a pet?
Oh no, I'd love a pet. I just never got to have one growing up, just the skunks. See, you don't know this about me, but things around me tend to get rather warm, and most animals don't like that.
Well, let's start you with something that is constantly surrounded by water then. And he turns around and reaches in and
What the hell
pulls
kind
out.
of animal's that?
Maybe something drowned?
Are you giving me a dead animal?
No, there's like
Wet rat.
a little tiny plastic bag, a little piece of plastic tied up with a rubber band with like a little goldfish just swimming in like a little circle in it. And he tosses it.
Yeah, he tosses it.
My goodness. This is the first thing I've ever had to take care of. They're as beautiful as the sun outside. I'm gonna call you Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Yeah, you
the
like
fish.
that? I think they like it. Did you see that? Did you see that little pop?
I've seen people with less personality than that beautiful little fish.
Now that is the truth.
Sunshine is a fine name for a fish.
Pop, pop.
Anyway, I'm Farmer. Nice to meet y'all.
What was that?
Farmer.
Farmer. They call me Farmer.
Farmer.
I take care of all the animals.
Huh.
But these
Shouldn't you be a
animals...
rancher?
Shouldn't you call you a rancher?
I don't know. They're prisoners.
Right. Yeah.
He farms the animals.
He farms the
later.
animals. That's how
Animal
farming
farm.
works.
I an animal farm. Yeah. You know, like with the book and the.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, it's nice to meet you all. We'll be spending a lot of time together. So hi. And he just kind of waves and sits there staring at you.
Pleasure.
Was this a gift?
Yeah.
What do we owe you?
I mean, yeah, you don't need nothing in return.
Oh, no.
That makes me rather uncomfortable. I'm not used to gifts and companionship.
Spreading joy in Alcatraz is my only reward.
How long have you been here, farmer?
Oh, 45 years.
Holy fuck.
35 years, let's say.
What's a decade?
Yeah. I honestly can't remember. I keep losing count. It's a long time.
What'd you do to end up in this lovely vacation destination?
Bootlegger. Used to work with Al Capone
Ah, I've heard of him.
back in the day.
A bootlegger, so you made whiskey, hooch, moonshine, the good stuff.
I just killed people.
Oh, okay, damn.
Other people made the whiskey.
Well, a little light murder's not so bad. I was hoping you had whiskey.
I was young and foolish. If I had it to do all over again, I wouldn't. But hey, you know, now I have my butterfly. And he pets the butterfly.
That's a bad thing to do to a butterfly, sir.
Oh, yeah.
It's the grease on the fingers, I think. It inhibits the ability of the wings to fly
It takes all the dust off. I remember that part.
I'm hurting my only friend.
You now have friends who tell you how to keep yourself from doing that, and perhaps this can be our method of recompense for our new companions, so that we are square.
Huh.
I think the important thing is, as we all develop in this friendship, that we find ways to support each other and really kind of help each other grow as people. Recognizing our flaws and moving forward.
Is there a particular method of personal growth to which you are inclined, then, my ginger sugar friend?
Oh no, I'm fucking perfect. I am whole haul, fully built, 100% never made a mistake in my life.
And a paragon of modesty to boot.
Well, you know what, it's gotta be honest about who you are.
This is definitely the home of a person who's never made a mistake in their life.
Oh, well, sometimes other people make mistakes around me. If I have one flaw, it's that occasionally I may trust a little too easily. And that's why I'm here.
I understand that. I used to trust the government officials in my town until they didn't listen.
What'd you do then?
I took their meeting room away.
Oh, that's not so bad. I mean...
That's what I thought.
Right. They wanted to meet there, you said, no, you can't meet here. Shouldn't get you in jail.
No, I took the whole building with me. Sat on a long chair and watched it all go down.
Oh.
Had a nice cold beer in my hand while I did it. It was a beautiful Sunday.
Bespeaks an impressive skill set that they should have respected to a greater extent.
That's what... Thank you. Thank you very much. I like to respect the craft.
And you hear this nightstick bang on a cell way down. And boom, 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 lights out, and like the cell block lights go out, and things get dark, and it's.
What is it? 3 in the afternoon?
Too early for my taste, certainly.
Yeah, let's assume it's like 11 p.m.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, you've been hanging out for a while. Let's say at this point, it took you a while.
I
to get
lost
through
track of
security.
time on that boat.
We both speak rather slowly, so assume this
Right.
dialogue stretched out
Very-
extensively.
So then this entire conversation is
Very
hours.
Like how I like it.
Slow.
I like slow.
Yeah, and I don't know. Does anybody want to do anything special in their cell overnight, or are you just going to sleep? What are you doing?
Well, we can't leave the cell, right?
You're in your cell, and what you have,
What's
just so you know,
inside?
Yeah.
Everybody got standard issue, the prison clothes you're wearing.
Beautiful blue.
And you got a nail clipper, and you got a toothbrush that has a flexible bendy end so it can't be sharpened to stab people. You got a copy of the Bible. You got a shaving mirror, you know, like one of those little handheld mirrors you always see in prison movies. They're like sticking them out the bars to see what's going on down the block, you know.
Is it glass or is it metal?
It is metal. It is hard to break, if that's what you're thinking.
The mirror?
Yeah.
They thought of that when they gave them out. You
Unless
know,
it were first heated to become more pliable and then cool again, perhaps.
And you each have something that you managed to, let's say, sneak in or take inside. What do you have, Colin? Sorry, Gail?
Gale? Yeah, Gale brought in a comb. It's a metal comb. You don't want to know where he kept it, but it's a fine metal toothed comb.
Ah, that must have been, yeah. And what did you bring in, Jimmy?
We'll say I was able to keep a box of matches from getting too damp.
Christ.
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain how you got it in.
Nope, no need to know.
Nope. Explanations are not part of this whole thing.
And,
Nope.
and what
Prison,
did,
you don't
what did
ask.
you
Power of
bring?
the imagination.
What did you bring, Kelly?
A memento of my husband, a little glass locket.
A glass locket.
Glass locket.
Yeah, it's a
What's
bit of
that?
a silver housing with a glass window.
Got it.
And Farmer advised you that you better keep your personal stuff well hidden. Shakedowns of the cells can come at any moment for any reason. Guards, warden can just
Are they
decide
cool
to toss
with
yourself.
With the pets?
No, I mean, well,
We gotta hide them each time?
essentially, he would advise that you try and hide them. He's
Okay, little feller. I don't know if you can survive in a plastic bag that's closed. I think that's against the rules of animal law. I think I'm gonna open you up and I'm gonna put you in a bigger bowl.
What about like a toilet bowl?
That's the you get the bowl. That I was.
Oh, I was thinking, do we have sinks? Do we have like little like
yeah,
like
you
nice
got-
little sinks
We
to
have
wash our
sinks.
hands?
Yes, you have a little
That-
sink and a toilet in your cell.
Like a bed.
Does that sink have a? I feel like you notice things in a sink more than inside of a toilet bowl.
It's very small. It's just enough for someone to like shave or brush their teeth in.
Okay.
But it's, you know, if you're thinking that maybe you fill it up with water.
I'm gonna fill it up.
You could probably try that.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Sure.
Because again, I think the fish might suffocate inside of this baggie.
Maybe
I'm not sure how
I don't know
fish
how that work.
work. I mean, fish don't suffocate in the ocean, but the ocean's very big.
The ocean is not tied
bag.
shut at
A
the
sack.
top with a bag.
What if you just
I
untie
believe it
the-
is related to the level of oxygenation in the water. Perhaps if it were changed regularly,
Right.
your
No,
Hashtags
fish,
and facts.
fish breathe water, not air. So you don't need to worry about oxygenation in the water. It's about breathing the water itself.
perhaps the phlogiston then.
Well, if it breathes the water, then eventually all the water's gonna go away. So I need to put it in the sink.
If they drink all the water, if they breathe all the
Look
water, then
at
there's no water
sunshine.
left.
The light is dying. I gotta put them in the sink. I'm getting paranoid. I never cared this much. The flame inside of me is rising.
Yeah, and you totally put your fish in the sink.
Thank you. Isn't that better? Yeah, you let those sunbeams shine, little one. Okay, now you stay hidden. If you see someone that ain't me or our neighbors, the good ones, I don't know about the other neighbors yet. You hide. You swim against the side of that bowl and you pretend like you made of metal. Beautiful. I know.
Sunshine swims against the side of the bowl and promptly forgets Jimmy's face.
Perfect. I know you love me as much as I love you.
So it's like, yeah, your cells have You have a bunk, which has like a small, single
We
mattress.
got blankets.
Like a single
Yeah,
mattress.
a
Like is there
blanket,
is there like a box spring?
Nope. It's just laying on sort of like one of those spring
It's a
single
mat
bed
on
layers.
top of metal.
Right. And you have a sheet and a blanket and a pillow, and there is a small little vent that is beneath your sink that is about yay big.
Okay. About enough to fit a head through.
Probably would
What
have
about
to
a
be widened.
skinny Irishman? Could he work as no?
If you
not
can get your
that.
head through, you can get any part of your body through it.
That's a fact.
Depending
We're-
on the ego of the individual involved.
That is very true. I don't have a particularly big ego.
You would probably have to widen it a little bit somehow to get your head through.
Or I
just-
make myself smaller.
There is a
That's
metal
true.
grate that is like in the concrete blocking off the vent, so it's
Got
like
it.
you have to somehow dig out the grate and like break up the cement without giving way or being seen. Or
Thank you
something
very
like
much for helping me how to escape this.
that. Oh yeah,
I,
that's how they actually got out in the real escape from Alcatraz.
Really?
Yes, they dug around those grates and opened them up and went through them. You could try and go that way, but it doesn't have to.
That seems like a likely thing that someone else would have tried. They were the first to go through the vents.
There's a long backstory there.
Or the
but
first to have successfully
Successfully
executed their
did it.
plan.
luckily, we can do much better than those guys.
It has to do with decades of sea salt rot on the concrete finally letting it rot.
Fascinating.
But anyway,
Sea salt is highly corrosive,
It's true.
Could-
It's
as
very
is water and
true.
sun.
Could I check my cell for anything like maybe a past person, like factor around with
Search
it a
your
little
cell?
bit? Yeah, I'd like to search my cell to see if there's
Sure,
any, like,
that's a-
evidence of the past. Maybe they hit a shiv in a corner, or there's like a loose stone.
that's a Mason skill.
some
It's calm, precise action. You're
hoosh.
searching, so you want to roll under your number. Your number is 3, and let's say. I mean, it's a very small cell, and you have all night to do it. So I'll say you can roll 3.
All right.
May I as well, since I am a scrounger?
Yeah, in fact, everybody's welcome to search their cells
Okay.
if
Absolutely.
they choose to. You don't
have
have to.
nothing but
Ignorance is
time.
bliss sometimes.
It's
no.
a Mason skill, so
Mason
I'm
skill,
trying to
you're
go.
trying to roll under your number. and
Oh
your number's a 3.
no, I am the best.
You're a buzz.
Now there are 6 table rerolls and you have 2.
How
But,
many would you like me to roll?
everybody can roll 3 because
Three.
of just you
Alright.
have 8 hours of sleeping time to search
I
this
just
cell.
didn't know if Scrounger gave me one or something.
Oh, yeah, nah, just you get it anyway for this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and use
It's like a
reroll.
take 10, 10 roll.
Okay, your reroll gets a little 1 die.
Oh, I get to reroll 1 die.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Big money.
Is this
You
a
wanna
Mason?
roll? Yeah, this is Mason. You want
Yeah,
to
you
roll
got
under
it,
your
yeah.
number. Your number's 5. Oh
I
yeah,
got
you
all
got 3
3.
victories.
As did I.
No, I'm no.
You struck out again.
Yeah.
3 victories.
2, 2, and none.
Okay, well I'll say
Great.
you look around and
This is a fucking prison.
yeah.
It's like a prison you can't escape. What the fuck have I gotten into? Oh,
Crime.
oh,
Okay.
Roshan, my little sock child.
Well, you did
Oh.
so badly. I mean, you struck out on 4 rolls, so it's like I'll say is that like your search goes so badly that actually you lose your toothbrush when you're like sticking it in one of the holes of one of those grates.
That's
It just,
no.
like,
That's
falls
fine. I'm
through
from the
other
UK.
side.
I don't brush my teeth. Oh.
We respect our UK viewers. Don't listen
This
to
is the
man.
60s.
Yeah, no one brushed their teeth in the 60s. So I
Brush
hear.
their teeth with other people's mouths.
Yeah,
Free
yeah, it's free love, right? Yeah, something like that, right?
That's definitely
That's
what
what
worked.
that's
let
what
me
the
brush
skeleton.
it. Let
That's
me
what the
brush your
skeleton
teeth
taught me.
for you. Bah.
The skeleton taught me that.
So yeah, you do not find anything, and you lose your toothbrush. Let's start with you, Kelly. You search your cell, and let's say while you're looking around, you find let's say you find what I just told you. In fact, we'll say both of you find what I just told you. The concrete walls of the cell, they seem kind of soft. You take your nail clipper and you carve a little bit, and you see the rock just kind of break off very quickly in your hand, and you get the feeling that this place is old, and these walls are not as solid as they once were, and that in general gives you the idea that, hey, maybe these wardens and these guards are a little overconfident about quite how secure this place is. Now, granted, it's just the beginning of an idea. You know, it's the first thing you see. And while you're searching, you both got 3 victories, right? So it's like, what I'll say is, while you're searching, I'll give you both the same benefit here. You hear somebody in a cell next to you on the other side talking about.
So that way, not farmer.
Yes, not farmer. Farmer's across from you.
Across.
So this is like. You are on, let's say you are on Colin's right, this is now the person to the right of you.
Got it, yeah.
And you hear that person talking with someone across that you can't see in the darkness, and what they're talking about is that one of them has seen this mysterious, they think boat docking at the dock in the middle of the night. Like they've been able to catch a glimpse of it just passing through a little slight that they can see through their window at night. And the other one doesn't
Every
believe
night?
him. No, he's just seen it a few times.
No.
And the other one's sort of like, you ain't seen no boat. And he's like, I'm telling you it was a boat. And he's like, there's only one boat every day, the prisoner boats. Like, they don't bring boats here, moron. That's the whole point of this place. And you sort of hear them arguing over this phantom boat. And he's just like, you're seeing things. You know, you've been here too long. And you using you happen to be testing out your familiar mouse, and you send the mouse down to Jimmy's cell, and Jimmy writes a little note with the information that he just learned on it, and sends it back to you. So now you also have that.
It reads, ghost boat, potential.
I'm just
Question mark.
rocking in my cell as this little mouse goes. Just like, oh, it's all bad. It's all bad.
Ghosts always show potential. Return.
And the night goes by, and in the next morning,
Is there perhaps one more thing I could test?
Oh yeah. What do I do?
Knowing as I do now that there's been some level of environmental corrosion to the stone, it makes me curious about the extent to which these bars and the hinges thereupon have also, over time, metal might become more brittle, more susceptible to sudden snapping when exposed to extreme force.
Well, you rolled 3 successes,
Or
so
temperature change.
Quite so.
I mean, you rolled 3 successes, so I'll say that you can already have that information just by virtue of your previous success. And yeah, you get the feeling that everything here has just been corroded by the salt air. Maybe the idea of building a prison in the middle of a bay was not super long-term thinking. I mean, this place has been here decades, and it is real old. It used to house Hal Capone back in the day, and it's just, it hasn't been kept up. The concrete's the same concrete, the walls are the same walls, the metal's the same metal.
I totally understand. I grew up on an island, and the salt water was always ruining my my Game Boy and my Super Nintendo. So it's
exactly like
exactly the same thing.
Exactly like Alcatraz.
Nintendo should have thought ahead.
Basically grew up in Alcatraz.
Basically, Hawaii is just like Alcatraz.
Yes, Hawaii. Colin grew up in Hawaii, which is where he learned, by the way, his amazing Sean Connery impression, which is our next tier.
Come on.
Yes, if we get $200, Colin will deliver a really stunning, heartfelt monologue that I spent a long
I'm so
time
ready.
picking out using his world-famous Sean Connery impression.
So strange.
And
Great, love it. Really trepidatious now.
yeah, and the night goes by, and the next morning you are taken to the mess hall, and you stand in line, and you get this terrible Alcatraz prison food, and you sit together at a table with Farmer.
Everything is beige.
Yeah, Farmer's like, yeah, sometimes it's gray. And he's feeding his little pet, so he keeps cuddled in his shirt.
How do I feed a fish?
You'll just bring some crumbles back to the sink and drop them in. We'll do just fine.
Yeah, fish love crumbles.
Good to know. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How'd you sleep this morning?
Oh, well, you know, in these kind of 5-star accommodations, how could I do anything but sleep like a baby, which, as I understand it, have no offspring myself, require hourly feedings and awaken crying.
That's basically how I spent the night. So if it's yeah, just like a baby.
There you are.
And
You doing all right there, Gabe?
Yeah, fine.
You're looking a tad fidgety.
No, it's grand. It's I mean, it's just I've lived a life of travel and seeing the sights and seeing the world, and it's kind of like leaving a small town to find yourself in basically the smallest of towns, and it's kind of like when you grow up in a small place, it's kind of like growing up in a prison, and now we're actually in a prison, and it's a prison. It's an island prison. I don't think we're but I'm dealing with it. It's fine. It's fine.
And while you're saying that, this extremely large, tough-looking guy just plops down into a chair at your bench. And he looks at
Afternoon.
you. Hey, I'm Dave. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Name's Jimmy. Jimmy the Wick.
Ah, I'm Dave. They call me Iron Dave. And Farmer looks over, and Farmer looks at you, and he kind of gives this nervous.
Iron Dave. What do you iron there, Dave? Shirts or?
That's funny. No. They call me Iron Dave because I'm strong like iron. In fact, I sell a service around here, a service that I think the three of you could need. I couldn't help but noticing your friend looked a little out of sorts, and
He had a fight with his familiar last night.
Right.
Socked him right in the job.
familiar. Whoa, Sampuns, let us know what you think in the chat.
We're bringing it into character this week. Trying something new.
Oh, what did you? I mean, you don't know.
See, I sell protection. And I think the three of you are going to need protection in here.
Well, I mean, I do like protection. It's.
I'm assuming this is protection from the elements, additional blankets and such. Seems like a very soft, sort of gentle sir over here. Is that right?
Is that what you're talking about? Like blankets and sweaters? It's a bit chilly.
Talking about protection from people in here who might seek to harm you and do bad things to you.
Well, you know what, Dave? I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let the armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky. 'Cause I'm the Wick. They call me that. 'Cause nothing around me stays unlit, sir.
Hey, perfect costume, thank you. Why don't you make a good speed roll? It seems like you are trying to be a little intimidating.
I am.
By dropping just some completely random stuff that could have come from anywhere on you.
Anywhere, absolutely.
Anywhere. It's almost like that came as an inspiration from the gods.
No, don't tell the secret.
I didn't say a dang thing. I didn't rob no banks, sir.
Thank you kindly. There are no bank robbers at this table
No
whatsoever.
bank robbers.
So you can roll one die.
I can roll
because you are a prisoner, but you are not quite this kind of prisoner. You're an arsonist. You
I am
try to scare it.
I'm a quiet soul.
Slow talking southern soul.
If I talk slow enough, they sometimes get bored and leave me alone. Oh, floor dice don't count.
They don't exist.
It is a good speed roll. You want to roll over your number.
I did
your
not.
number is
It's a 4.
4. Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll because this guy. I'm gonna grab a new dice.
Yeah, bad die.
That's my number right there. I heard it on the cell block.
But I'm
Oh
gonna
shoot.
make you. Now you'll get your cell block question though too.
Oh okay.
But you gotta reroll.
Okay. Shoot. Oh. Fuck it.
Oh,
I ain't letting this guy intimidate
No,
me.
not Iron.
Absolutely not. Not Iron Dave.
I'm Iron Dave.
Iron Dave.
The toughest
More
name
like
I can
Rusty
think of.
Dave. Right, tarnished Dave. Am I right?
More like rinse cycle Dave. Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Your number is 4.
I didn't
and you're
do it
trying
again.
To roll, yeah, you're trying to roll over.
I call him rinse cycle Dave to his face.
Oh, savage.
And Dave just looks at you and is, you know, it's a little soon to be making enemies in here like this. Hey, Fennec Wolfchild, thank you for the bits again.
Thank you for the bits.
Yeah, thank you everybody. You know, every little bit counts, and we are super grateful for everything everybody gave us.
We love the bits.
We love the bits, and we love
the
free
bits.
rolls.
And the next tier is Colin Does Connery.
Does Connery.
From now on, your life will be in 2 phases. The phase before you heard Colin do Connery, and the phase after.
BCC or
Oh, see, I thought it was maybe like before Sean and
right.
before this, your life was BS.
The Sean Collining.
So, Iron Dave looks at wow, Gina puns. Let us know what you think in the chat.
They're perfect and pristine as we would expect from Gina DeFevo.
She's a wizard. A pun wizard, apparently.
Only sometimes.
Iron Dave just looks at you. Iron Dave is not amused. And Iron Dave is, maybe I'll see you in the yard. And
I'll let you know when I get those privileges.
And he looks like he's just had enough of you, and he gets up, and as he walks by, he kind of just like flicks the side of your head and just like, really disrespectfully.
Oh.
And then just sort of slowly marches away down the aisle. And farmers, that's gonna be a problem for you.
That man disrespected my hair.
If it makes you feel any better, I do notice on him a particularly vulnerable carotid artery.
Good to know. Are carotid arteries flammable?
I think anybody's flammable if you try hard enough.
Oh, such sweet words are coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, and after breakfast,
I knew spirits. Who am I to disappoint?
What about spirits? Who's got the booze?
yeah, I'll say like after breakfast, you're taken down to the cell block, and you're
Alright.
put in the line for the warden, and the warden says, you are put in the line. It's not just the 3 of you. There are about 10 prisoners, and he says, "Hi, I'm Warden Bray. We met yesterday briefly."
I remember you had a very eloquent speech.
Why, thank you. Out of the prisoners who were brought here yesterday, our testing and information has revealed that you 10 will be eligible immediately for jobs. These jobs pay 33 cents an hour. It is not a fortune, but it is an honest living. Well, it's 1961, so 33 cents an hour is a little bit better than it is today.
Yeah.
By inflation rate, it's actually tragically better than what prison labor is paid now, which is awful.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really bad, you guys. Okay,
true.
I'm done.
Sam facts. But it is an honest living. I have a number of assignments, and he looks you over.
Hey, what about anything in a machine shop? I'm not so bad with my fingers. Anything that needs tooling or fixing or?
And the warden looks at the guard and says, "Keep this one out of the machine shop."
Oh.
And he turns around and he exits.
I'm
you.
a mighty fine cook. Do you have any openings in the kitchen?
The guard steps up and he looks at his clipboard and he says, "Well, we do need someone in the kitchen stockroom."
Is that near the kitchen?
It is in the kitchen.
Does that involve...
That's why they call it that.
Perfect.
Um,
I will gladly take up that position, sir.
right, and he puts you down for kitchen stockroom duty.
Oh, please, sir. Just anything but the library. Anything but the library, sir. I declare that would be the worst position you could possibly put me into.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll?
Roll for Briar Patch.
Make a good speed, yes, good speed roll to see if your reverse psychology sarcasm works. You want to roll over your number? You can roll 2.
All right. I'm not persuasive.
Your number is
That
5.
was my husband's stuff. I do it anyway.
Yay!
Oh wow. So yeah. You.
Do not throw me into the Briar Patch.
All right. Put this one in the library.
Oh, sir, please.
That's
And-
fucking terrible.
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah.
That is a definite unfortunate event.
And you
I'm
get library
overcome.
duty.
I'm verklempt.
May I make a formal request?
No.
Not to you, to the new library attendant.
Oh.
Are you going to be holding any book club meetings? I'm fond of talking about books.
I've heard that you like books.
I will investigate the current organizational structure and would be pleased to have your insights in whatever form they come, whether literary or otherwise.
And he looks.
That sounds wonderful.
He looks you over.
I'd rather not work. I'm not a big worker type.
Might keep your mind off of all the night thoughts.
You know what?
Oh,
I
fair.
think
Give you something to do.
Something to keep my hands busy.
I think I have something special in mind for you.
Oh, fantastic. I'm special.
You can sweep up in the barber shop.
Well, like the hair.
Yes, the hair that
Ah.
falls on the floor when people get their hair cut
Oh,
in the barber shop.
how about you let me cut the hair? I'm quite stylish. I can help people, find their...
Do you have barber training?
I get picked up. Not bad with a knife. Or scissors. I use scissors. No, I'll sweep. Sweeping's grand. I'll sweep. I love sweeping. Sweeping's fantastic.
If you do good in these jobs, you get to keep them, or you get better jobs. If you do bad in these jobs, you will lose your work privileges and spend all your hours in your cell.
I look forward to finding a nature of work evaluation for librarianship.
So let's split the party for a second here. By the way, before we do that, actually, you had gotten an Ask the Cell Block before that I forgot
did.
about. Do you have a question for the cell block?
I do.
What is your question?
I would like to send whispers amongst the cell blocks to find out if there is any guards on duty that are more lackadaisy towards behaviors of prisoners if they are doing something nefarious. Is there a bribable and or one that works with getting in contraband or one that looks the other way if someone's
Who's our corrupt one?
Who's the dirty guard?
Sure.
Dirty guard.
The in favor of prisoners dirty guard.
You get the word back from the cell that there is a shift captain named Captain Allen.
Captain Allen.
Yes, and Captain Allen, he is the
What
guy.
shift is he?
He works.
Is he the night shift?
He is day shift.
Day shift.
You have to figure out how to get messages to him and how to get in touch with him, but.
Does he work the yard? What part of the prison does he work? This is a lot of questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a lot of questions.
I'm sorry.
What I will give you is Captain Allen has a little crew of guards who work with him, and they are a sort of corrupt little network of guards. And if you can, find one of them, you might be
Sure.
able to backtrack to him. And he is the guy that is sometimes willing to do business with the prisoners under the right circumstances.
Allen's boys.
Allen's boys, yes, that's what they're known
Allen's
as.
boys.
So yeah, now we're going to split the party a tiny bit, and we are going to head over to the library.
Ooh,
yeah.
Library.
And Kelly, you roll on to the library, and it is not too impressive. It is more stacks of books in a room. But you get in there, you find...
Are there libraries that aren't?
No, I don't mean like... Oh, wow. Accidental Rick Punch. Not like stacks of books, like stacks. Just piles of books on the floor.
To be fair, modern libraries have way more than that. They're awesome.
Yes.
Check out your local library.
Wow.
I'm PSA stamped.
Yeah, hashtag Sam PSAs. Let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, and you get in there, it's piles of books. The shelves are actually empty. It's not really well kept. You can tell that not a lot of effort's been into this place. Farmer is sitting on a stool in the corner. He's like, hey, did they send you to work with me? Here?
Aww.
They did indeed. It was the very first thing I requested.
That's great. We could use an assistant librarian. And he says, okay, I got a great job for you. And he goes and he pulls out a cart of books, and on it's just, you've seen this in prison movies probably. It's that cart of books that's just got a million anonymous magazines and random selection on it. And he says, you just push this card up and down the aisles, and you can hand out reading material to everyone on the cell block.
Sounds absolutely perfect. I couldn't think of a better task. Much obliged.
Once you're done, bring the card back here, and we'll put away some of these bucks, or maybe we'll just sit here and then he holds up like a little bottle. He's like, have a little nip.
My friend, I think I found just the right assignment.
And he reaches into his jacket and pets a little frog that he has with him.
Now that animal is incredibly amenable to petting.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Absolutely.
Much better than a butterfly.
Yeah.
You get the cart and you are sent out through the cell block, and you're doing that thing where you go one by one to each cell. Do you want some reading material? And the person in the cell either takes something or not.
Yep. I take this opportunity to acquaint myself with the layout and begin looking at movements, as well as, this is a nice meet and greet, and I'm assuming also the primary vehicle of goods exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Being in a magazine? Oh, someone else wants the magazine.
Okay, so it sounds to me like there are a couple of roles in there.
There are. One of which I'm probably good at, one of which I'm probably garbage. Let's find out.
Let's see what happens. So first you want to make a mason roll to look around and get.
I'm casing a joint,
right,
which is in fact
right. Yeah, you're
what
a bank
someone.
robber.
Well,
No,
sir.
you are alleged.
Sir, I must object, sir.
Well, you're convicted.
We were not robbing a bank.
You are convicted.
I'm awaiting an appeal.
Quiet down there, Con. I bang my
Conway.
nightstick. So first you want to make a
let's get
mason
the joint.
roll, and you are a bank robber.
This is my thing.
You did get caught. But what is your thing? So let's say you can roll 3 for that. It's a mason roll. You want to roll 3. Neither of you can help because you're not around.
We're not there.
Nope.
No.
Your number's
No,
5,
just you heads.
and you were trying to roll below the
It's
5.
so cool.
I love it so much.
Can I pet it?
My cat
Absolutely,
would
that'd be 3 successes.
That's 3 successes?
Yes.
I'll have you know
Oh wow!
that I was only caught robbing a bank once.
Barrels.
Barrels.
Thank you so much.
Lovely number as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely number.
We had so much fun with Hitchhiker's Guide. Thank you, everybody.
Baby,
and-
such a good baby.
Yeah, I love this
I
thing.
want one.
I'll tell you where I got.
One for
you.
Diogony. Yeah, I need this.
Off camera, so there's not like a runoff.
Yes.
across
Yeah, right. Suddenly
Thank you.
everyone is-
It's sold out.
I got you. I got you.
You are an expert bank robber, and casing a joint is what you do. And what I'm going to say is, this is going to unfold over the next couple of weeks. As you spend this time walking up and down the halls, you start getting a feel for the faces of the guards, who's on what shift when they show up, who's in what cell, where the windows are, where the light is, where the dark corners are. You just start getting a lay. There are no cameras. It's 1963, so just the physical lay of what's around, and you're getting a good handle on it. The other thing you wanted to do was see if you can.
I understand that the person who pushes the library cart is now the person in charge of moving the goods.
Okay, so let's see.
So that's partly like ingratiating myself into the
that seems
power
good
structure,
speed.
and partly, all of it is probably good speed stuff.
You want to roll over your number.
Yeah.
This is not really up your alley, but what I will say is because you are the person with the cart, you're prepared. You're the person in the right place at the right time. People kind of have to do business with you. Oh, Colin. The Colin Kelly delivering the monologue using his famous Sean Connery impression is unlocked.
Yes!
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
You guys
people.
are in a treat.
Thank you,
Love
thank you,
you.
thank you,
The last remaining tier before we hit downtime. Whoa, stop! Thank you.
Whoa!
The last remaining tier before we hit downtime is that all 3 will survive the escape. And if that happens, then we get to downtime, where kind of anything could happen.
Guard pupper.
There could be a guard pupper. There could be some specific things I threw
We've
into
already
torture
established a guard
Colin.
pupper.
You
We
never
established at the
know.
beginning. Rides on a guard pupper.
While holding a fish in a sock.
There were
That's just
dogs.
like its own fan art already.
Wait,
wow.
what if the tier we unlock means that because 3 people escape, but there are 6 of us?
Oh.
What if it's just the fish?
Oh god,
the
one
mouse,
of them saw
and
the
the
beans naked!
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but now I have. So
Don't dare.
My bad. My
I
bad.
will send.
I don't understand the rules.
next week, The Rock Part 2, starring a fish, a mouse, and a sock full of
Wait,
beans.
The Rock starring a sock?
The Rock starring a sock full of beans.
I kind of actually am okay with this outcome. I will play my familiar.
All right, we'll talk about it.
about
This could happen. I have an hour and a half.
First, we have to all live.
Yeah.
Right.
Or die,
Maybe.
in which case sock could be the SAR.
I made
Live free
really
and
bad,
or die hard.
I made really bad friends with Dry Clean Dave, so we gotta figure that
yeah,
out.
Yeah,
Dave,
Dragon
not-
Dave was not a start. That's not a start.
I rerolled 3 times.
Yeah, that was one of the right.
So yeah, you can make a good speed roll. You can roll 2. Oh, did you do it already?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Alright, roll 2.
You can roll 2. Your number is 5. You want to roll beneath your number. Sorry, over your number. It's good speed.
I succeed.
Oh wow, yeah, you succeed. That's 1 success. So, yeah, it's not quite a kicking little business, but enough people trust you that you are sort of starting to make inroads as a go-between and a carrier, and through that, you are starting to know some more people and raise in status generally in the prison because people know who you are now and know that they have to count on you. So.
I know that if they do business with Iron Dave and Iron Dave happens to hurt anyone around my cell block, that they won't get any goods coming their way.
Well, you only rolled 1 success, so they're
Oh, they may not listen yet.
Yeah, they're still more
But I'm
afraid of
stuck.
Iron Dave.
But
than
yeah,
they
you're
are
trash
you.
talking Iron Dave. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
No,
Cool.
it is clear.
Upsetting the status quo.
I love it.
And while while that is going on for you over a couple of weeks, you have been.
I've been working in that kitchen.
You've been working in the kitchen. You've been getting ugly looks from Iron Dave during yard time and stuff.
Oh wait, we have yard time.
Oh yeah, every day.
It's been weeks now.
It's been weeks. And,
Oh,
and-
I have
She has
not
never been to
a
prison. She doesn't know how
This is
prison
my
works.
school scenario. When does a person receive yard time? When is recess?
All right. We'll cover yard time in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
For now, it's like you are, working in the kitchen stock room, and what that means is you are in charge of keeping the inventory for what is there.
What sort of things are there? Is there like how does everything get organized in terms of are they keeping track of how much everything is filled? Like how intense is this
Well,
in terms of I steal a little bit of that, make a little hooch with it?
Okay, I'll say it's, look, this is government administration. It's competent, but not awesome.
Sure.
If you are trying to steal stuff from the kitchen and manipulate the inventory.
Not at this particular moment, but I currently have a friend on the contraband circuit. So eventually I'm going to need to start supplying them with some goods.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you make a mason roll? You want to roll under your number. Your number is 4. You
And
can
this
roll,
is my thing.
You got
I
a
am
couple
a
of
scrounger.
weeks. You're a scrounger, right? Oh, so you can roll 3. You can roll 3 die. And you want to roll under your number. Your number is 4. And over the course of a couple of weeks, let's say you are testing the boundaries of what you are capable of in the kitchen. Can you make
Cautiously.
things? Yes.
Because eventually I would very much like to move into the kitchen. It's hot in there, and I like it.
Yeah. Well, one thing at a time.
I know. I'm just telling you my hopes and dreams.
It's interesting.
And if you
Bag of flour to my left. Oh, hello. I forgot I put you up there, sunshine. Thank you for listening to me through all of that. That is my number and 3 successes.
Okay, so first you get to ask the cell block.
That's not my number. I lied.
Oh,
I'm
you
a
lied.
4.
Oh, yeah, you're 4. Yeah, and
So
see, I would have
that's
bought
2
it. Totally.
successes.
So there's 2 successes, but that's 2 successes. So yes, you start getting a feel for the fact that when certain people are on duty, your oversight is not super tight, and you can get away with stealing small things, fudging the inventory numbers so nobody knows things are missing, maybe making small items like forks and spoons disappear and things like
Oh,
that.
yes. There were definitely only 10 forks.
Yep, yep. I mean, and then they look at the inventory and it says 10 because you're in charge of the inventory and...
There are 4 lights and 10 forks.
Wow. Sam pop culture references.
4 lights,
A
yes.
rare one, but let us
Amazing.
know what you think of that. Yeah, and that's going pretty well for you. And for you, yeah, you are on duty in the... Where did we put you?
I'm sweeping
the barbershop.
The barbershop.
You're sweeping the floor in the barbershop.
Ooh, and I sweep and I sing old Irish laments, very sad songs, but then also sometimes some happy songs.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make a good speed roll to see if the barbers like your singing.
Oh, shite! All right.
The barbers are not prisoners; they are government employees that come in to cut people's hair once a week. Or
They come in and out.
like
You
that,
see.
yeah.
That's probably.
Oh well, I'd like to
best.
sing. Then I'd like to sing real good. I'd like to notice what kind of like. As I sing under my breath, I'd like to see what kind of gets their little like toes tapping, and I'd like to sing more of that kind of.
First, let's see if they don't hate you.
Okay, right.
It's a good speed roll. Are you a good singer? Or one of you these? Are you a rich Irish tenor? Or are you one of
Oh
these?
yeah, no. Every Irishman can sing
was an Irish
just
tenor.
like a fucking dream. So.
Okay,
Never
sure.
rich enough, but
so
definitely an
let's
Irish
say you can roll 2
Which song are you
because
going with?
It's just Danny Boy on repeat. Over and over and
I was
over again.
hoping.
you can roll 2 because you're a good singer, so you're prepared, but you don't know what they like, so you're not really.
No, I'm
expert in
not
these
quite
games.
sure.
So, it's good speed. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah, that is a success. It's a single success. So what I will say is that, yeah, you notice these guys are really into Danny Boy. They're in fact, I mean, if you only had 1 success, so there has to be a little bit of a backfire.
Sure.
In fact, they tell you if you don't keep singing Danny Boy the whole time that you're on duty, you're going to be taken into a closet and given a beating.
Oh, I mean, you know what? I can do Elvis. I can have a deep.
No, Danny Boy.
Just fucking
All
Danny
Danny
Boy.
Boy.
All right.
All the
that's-
time.
All Danny all day.
All right, grand. Okay.
Oh, Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny Boy. The pipes are calling.
And while you're singing, you're doing this for weeks. Is there anything you want to try and do while you're here?
Yeah, well, I'd like to keep a look at where like the cleaning chemicals are,
Okay.
and that they use to like disinfect the combs and all that. Ostensibly it's because I don't let them know I have a comb, so never mind. But I do want to know where the cleaning chemicals are. I'm like stuffing a little bit of extra hair like in my sock every once in a while.
Your sock full of beans or your actual
No, my
sock?
human sock where my
Oh.
foot is. I wouldn't put human hair with my beautiful bean baby.
No.
My bean
Your
child.
beanie baby.
My beanie baby. Oh, yes. Oh God. What? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go on. If I escape, I'm going to go on and invent beanie babies.
Let's call this a mason
So we have to
jar.
live because
You
that
have
has to
to
happen,
live.
'Cause
or Darling the dog will never have existed.
Oh man.
Oh no.
High
There's
pressure
a tempting
stakes
fate
here.
time paradox
Tempting fate
happening.
time paradox.
I
Wow.
have to live. It's great. We've just robbed this
have to
episode of
live.
Stakes.
that
I must
happen.
live.
You must live. That doesn't
In
rob
no,
the episode of stakes.
Someone must die
I
unless
could
we,
still die.
unless we hit the next tier. Someone dies. Yeah, that's a mason roll.
Yeah.
You want to roll? You've got weeks. I'll give you the same 2 die that everyone else got because you got the time to search. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
Double successes.
Yeah, you know exactly where they keep the cleaning supplies. You know exactly where they keep the drawer where the scissors are locked up. You know where they keep, the barbicide that they use to sterilize the combs. It's like, you know where everything is.
And I'd like to think that using my strong Irish charm over the course of these weeks, like it's Danny Boy, yes, I'll give them all the Danny Boy they live, but also like building a bit of rapport. It's the good crack. It's just good, like good jokes, good laughing. I know how to rib people on the right way, so it's like I'm building that kind of friendship.
Hey, Shalthea, thank
Oh my
you.
gosh! Oh hey! Wait, do we live?
Is that-
we live?
I don't know. I gotta wait to
Slasha.
see what comes in. My math skills are not all that, but perhaps I think that
Perhaps.
could be the total. Man, I didn't want them all to live.
I want
Or-
us to. Well, like you said,
What
only
if-
3 of us live.
Wait, does
That's
that mean that
right.
like if I start throwing myself at a knife, then like I'm gonna magically keep missing the knife?
No, only 3 of us live.
Right, and
Hey,
there's 6
there's
of
no
us.
tempting
there's
fate on
6.
this show.
That's right.
Exactly.
I don't know where you think you are, but that's
What
not
is
what we do
this?
here. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, so... yeah, thank you, Shalthea. Thank you, everybody. You, of course, have been incredible. We are now into, I think, Dom time. Yeah, we are now into Dom time.
Domish
Domish time? Getting there. Oh, we are almost at Dom time. No, because this says it's unlocked. Is this not unlocked?
Like our cell blocks, perhaps it is still locked.
Also
like our cell blocks,
I have
perhaps
3
that will
escapes
not
unlocked.
changed.
So now we are headed into Dom time now, because that was the last. Yeah. Okay. So we are headed into Dom time.
All right.
Cool. Thank you, everybody.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Time.
So yeah, you're gonna use your Irish charm to try and. Okay, that's also a good speed roll.
The gift of the Blarney to just charm these feckers.
All right, they already like your singing, so I'll
Right.
let you roll 3. You good
crap.
speed. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
That's
that is
3
3
successes
successes.
and an ask the cell
Ask the cell block.
block.
So is there anything you'd like to ask the cell block?
I'd like to know if there's any way to corroborate this midnight boat. The night boat. Anybody else heard of the night boat?
You put the word out on the cell block, and after a couple of days, you start hearing enough reports where from people who couldn't be coordinating their stories, and there's a boat. There's definitely some kind of boat that comes and goes every once in a while in the middle of the night. In fact, you got 3 successes there. What I'll say is that what you also pick up from the barber shop charming everybody is that these barbers who sort of, they come and go with the boat that brings the prisoners by day, they have heard from some of the guards that, and from some of the prisoners getting haircuts. What I'll say is they have heard from some of the prisoners getting haircuts, excuse me, that they think prisoners are disappearing. Some prisoners have been saying that all of a sudden the cell next door is empty. They didn't hear about it, nobody gets released. I mean, or you people so seldomly get out of Alcatraz that if someone got released, you'd hear about it. But it seems that people are kind of just vanishing.
They're vanishing and the guards aren't worried?
That means the guards are presumably
Well,
I mean, you don't know whether or not the
you don't
guards
know.
are
I mean,
worried.
back home, there's always tales of folks who just go missing. You don't leave the milk out for the little folk, the wee folk. So maybe that's the situation now. I mean, people getting whisked away by elves or fairies. Teoth and Adanan.
I think that's more of a Berkeley thing.
This is Oakland. We don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, no, you don't know what the guards think. Sorry, I shouldn't have thrown in the guards there before. It's just the barbers have
Some
overheard
barbers
from the
have heard
prisoners
some
that the
people might
prisoners
be-
think some other prisoners have been disappearing. You don't know if the guards know or if they care or if they're. You know.
Great.
That could be another question if you got it though.
When I
But-
smuggled some hair in my socks.
Yeah, you definitely scored well enough to get the hair in your socks.
Perfect.
Colin Kelly with hair in his socks.
The classic hair shirt. Colin Kelly, innovator, hair
socks.
Perhaps a full hair suit.
Oh shit! Goddamn.
They are a professional.
Yeah.
Something.
Professional something. Right. Exactly. It's a punishment.
Yeah, and over the course of those weeks, of course you get yard time. This is prison, and what I will say is we'll go back a little bit here, and your first day in the yard is very tense. Everybody's a little scared, and all the oh my God, Tinksy!
Oh my gosh!
Thank you so much. Tinksy.
Good to see ya.
Wow.
Thank you, Tinksy.
Thank you.
Here,
Thank
Tinksy
you.
has
Really
been
good to see
particularly
you.
generous with us over the last season.
2 seasons?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Forever.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, I've been here. Thank you.
Hope you're doing
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
Hope you're
Yeah,
not in
wow,
prison.
thank you. That should probably unlock the same downtime things.
Thank you for asking.
Wow, yeah,
I
thank you.
can't wait to
And thank
see
you, everybody.
what Dom is gonna do to us.
I'm still rooting for my mouse to ride a pupper.
Oh yes.
I have goals in life.
Yeah,
That
no,
means 4 people
I have a terrifying
survive.
vision.
you have to want something.
Even less of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the first day in the yard is
Wait a minute.
kind of scary.
All right. Wait a minute. I mean, I've heard if my pa taught me that if you do end up in the clink, what you got to make sure you do is on the first day of prison, you find the biggest guy, and you just brutalize him.
That was traditionally my husband's strategy, yes.
I think we've already met the biggest and baddest on the yard.
You think
Much obliged.
He.
Somehow I think our friends here are talking about Iron Dave. As tough as you are.
I meant of the ones that have been here already. Clearly, there is a new dog in town.
I would say there is a small pack.
Well, you can see
Alright.
the other prisoners kind of, it's the first early days, sniffing you out like fresh fish. They're checking you out. And then after you have your run-in with Iron Dave,
Okay.
you can start seeing in the yard that Iron Dave is just keeping an eye on you.
Okay. Well, it seems I have an idea.
Oh.
I'm gonna need your help. 'Cause I'm not a particularly physical fellow. I've never been hit in the face in any recent years since I was a young teenager and getting in scraps. I don't think I do too well in a fight. I'm more of a fight from afar.
I
So if there's any-
empathize deeply.
You don't scrap.
I don't.
Oh, you gotta scrap.
No.
You gotta throw down. Gotta take a shot. Gotta give a shot. Gotta take a shot. Gotta give a shot.
I
It sounds like
take
you have
plenty
tremendous
shots.
expertise in this matter worth demonstrating to our colleague
Well,
here.
what are you thinking? What's your plan?
Well, I just need a bit of a distraction because he's eyeballing me right now and I need him to not do that.
Do you want him to be looking at somewhere else?
I do indeed.
Alright.
Ah, we're leaving him with looking. A generous spirit indeed.
Okay.
Alright, I
I
think
kind of want it to be a surprise for the two of you. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Oh,
So,
so you
If
want
you-
us to run a surprise, a distraction?
I do. When you see smoke, back up.
I have been told that when there's smoke.
I'm there.
The very quote itself.
Alright, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to, we could stage a fight between the two of us? You could punch me in the face. Maybe I could punch you in the face.
I'd like to take a look around and, like, mastermind brain my environment, see what's available.
Yeah, nice.
Okay,
Nice.
that's a
Yeah.
mason roll.
Yep, masterminding.
Yeah, this is your kind of your thing. You can, yeah, I mean, it's casing a giant. Oh, Tinksy, thanks for the sub. Oh, Geek and Sundry, thank you for the host.
Ooh, thank you.
Hello, Geek and Sundry. Hello, everybody. We are playing The Rock. So, yeah, you are making a mason roll because you want to sort of get a lay of the land in the yard and see what's available and what's going on, right? You can roll 3. This is what you do. We said before you can roll 3. You want to roll under your number.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Right, right.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
Yeah, just wait until I try to hit someone and fail most spectacularly. Unless it is calm and precise.
you can see it all, yeah. It's like there are sharpshooter guards all along the tops of the walls, which are very, very high, way out of reach, and they're very sheer surfaces. There's no way to climb up there. The yard itself, it's kind of all visible in the same spot. Like there's no corners, there's nowhere to hide behind. You know, it is just a big kind of square, and there is on one side sort of a set of bleachers, and the bleachers, what you notice is there are a lot of convicts sitting on the lowest step, slightly less on the step above, slightly less on the step above, and the further you go up, there are less and less people until there's just one guy alone all the way at the top step. And there are groups in each kind of corner which you can identify as gangs that are just kind of hanging with their own and checking things out and casing each other, keeping the lay of the land, checking out the fresh fish, that kind of stuff.
Who's the man at the top?
The man at the top.
I suppose that's all you need to know.
I'm not there. Who are you asking?
Good.
I think they were discussing
Oh,
the
you're-
character.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We have very helpful accents for determining whether or not it's. And we keep using them out of character as well. And it's a
This
pain.
is very true.
He's so charming with his Irish accent. I just wanted
He's so charming.
Oh,
It is.
shut
Oh,
up.
stop.
Shut your fucking face, you son of a bitch.
Oh, no, that's
Charming.
Oh, feckin'. What a great word.
How do we want a distraction? What kind of, just a question, in the, just a question, in the barbershop with which I work, what is the haircut that do we give everyone the same haircut?
Yeah.
Is it
It is, yes, a very kind of...
high and tight, yeah, deluxe special?
Can I not?
No.
I need this.
This is my
Well, what I'll say is you get an option. You can have the full buzz cut, just military style. They will just take it off for you. Or there's
Number $1.
a sort of very standard square kind of backed haircut that they give you. You know, it's
Military
like
cut.
yes, but the kind of haircut the guy like the warden would say is a proper haircut for deviants like you.
I think I could cause a bit of a ruckus.
I think in this environment, although seemingly calm, there are tensions simmering that could perhaps be inflamed into a distraction that, most importantly, does not reflect back upon us.
Oh, well, I think there's no way for it not to be reflected back, at least upon me. But,
Perhaps.
as I said before, I don't mind getting punched in the face. For a good cause, of course.
I think she sends a reroll to me. Thank you, Tina.
Well, no, you only have
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to these people.
All right, well then, is there a particularly surly-looking gent nearby? Someone I've seen in the hair cuttery before, who, like, did not like the haircut they got.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there are lots of them. Nobody likes their haircuts.
This fashionable thing?
Except Kelly, who is
Loves it.
really feeling it.
All right. All right, well then I'm gonna go up to that gent, and I'm gonna pull out my comb, and when they're not looking, I'm gonna pull up and I'm just gonna start brushing the back of their head. Real gentle like, just kind of like touching it and touching the back of their head and be like, don't worry, now look, this is a good look on you, and I think this is really what everyone should be angling for. I like the shape of your head. It's so gentle and smooth and kind.
What are you trying to do?
I'm like just getting up in someone's fucking
Oh, you're
business.
trying to start a fight?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I'm like doing it by like touching them.
Okay, I'll tell you what, that's a...
I did say call.
Denoba, thank you.
Thank you,
Oh my god,
Denoba.
that's our friend Denoba, who gave us... Denoba the penguin. I named the penguin Denoba.
Also an
He
excellent
didn't name the
Ghostbuster,
penguin
must
after
be
himself.
said.
That came... Yes.
What?
Check,
A superlative Ghostbuster in his own right.
Indeed.
check out Denoba in the third part of our Ghostbusters trilogy.
Featuring a ghost.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to be, as I picked a prison fight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so let's call that a good speed roll. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 2. Well, you're a surly Irish guy who probably starts a lot of fights. You can
Roll to get
3.
rolled.
Yeah, roll 3. What the hell?
Grand.
It's good speed. You want to roll over your number. Your number, Gail, is 3.
Godspeed, friend.
Oh no.
Wow.
You have reroll.
I'll take it. That's one dice though, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's better than all 3.
It's better than none dice. None dice have beef.
Nope. Hot dog.
And as you start
Said
combing his hair, he's like,
I didn't say get yourself killed.
Well, it's.
he's like,
I'm like.
you know what? You're right. I think my hair does look better like this. You know, thank you, friend. And he gives you a big hug, and he's just like, I've never made a friend this good at Alcatraz before. And he walks away going, hey, everybody, I made a friend.
Failure! Your curses!
Friendship is the best failure.
Pretty amazing.
No, actually, like, hey, hang on to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna use it later.
Wait, what's his name?
Yep.
What's his name?
His name is, what's his name?
Timmy the Wrench.
Timmy the Wrench.
His name is Timmy the Wrench. His name is Robert Paulson.
Wait, you're not. I mean, I'm really up in your business right now. I mean, this haircut is terrible. You look just Trash!
You are charming, my friend.
No,
Your
I'm-
accent is just, oh my god, I could eat you up with a spoon.
Oh, shite.
I love Timmy the Wrench.
Timmy the
Timmy
Wrench.
is my son.
This is quite a wrench in the operation,
Yeah.
so it's fair.
Oh,
And while you're
Thank
failing to start a fight with Timmy the Wrench, Iron Dave comes charging at you and
What?
looks around, sees if none of the guards
Hey,
are
me?
looking, and sort of starts
That was
walking
the-
at you.
That was the distraction!
I biffed it.
Can I get a crack at distract?
You want to get a crack at distract? Well, Dave is already on his way, but sure, see if you can get something that breaks him off his path or something like that.
Yeah, I want
monkey
to
bars?
go up
No.
to the gang that's been eyeing Dave's gang that they've been looking like they want to squab with.
Okay, you did a really good roll of the yard before. Oh my god, DJ Phoenix, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Oh my god.
Thank you.
DJs.
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay, I have to start doing some of these. So yeah, you did a great survey of the yard before, so you know. Yes,
I
you
know which
spot-
ones are the ones that are.
Yes, you spot the
About to
opposite.
do a heck and simmer,
Whichever gang is making eyes at Dave's gang, and you want to now what? Go over there and.
I'm so terribly sorry, but to render this bad news.
Shaldia, thank you.
Shaldia. I'm so terribly sorry to render this bad news to you, gentlemen, but understand I do want to maintain loyalties in the appropriate position and render information where it might be most helpful, and that, good sir, was just saying the worst things about your fine organization, and I said I will not have any such thing, no, I will not. And yet, he persisted.
And the two gang guys look at each other. Is that person speaking English? And the other one's
Insulted your very mother.
now that he understands. This is a good speed roll.
Yeah,
and-
why I do this?
Yeah, you want to roll over your number. Oof, you are. One die you can roll if you have no help on, unless anybody got a way to help you here. It's like, you're not really, well, I guess you're a mastermind. You're probably smart. You're not a bad talker. Let's say you can roll 2.
You could probably make some gross generalizations about each of these gangs based on the tattoos and the way they kind of are holding themselves.
It's a fairly common, it's a manipulation.
You've been in prison for a while, yeah.
You'd be
Yeah.
surprised how generic an insult can
Right.
ruffle a feather.
Everybody's got a mom.
Good speed, you want to roll over your number. Your number is 5. That is 2 failures.
All right, let's continue failing.
Oh,
One more, and then
I'm
that's
gonna
to
get hit in the
stand.
face.
Yep, you're definitely gonna get hit in the face.
My good friend.
Yes.
I really don't want you to get hit in the face, though.
Oh, that's okay.
There! Don't get hit in the face! Do not!
Okay.
Not my Gina!
Bless you.
We'll let that stand.
Yeah!
Bless your heart.
So, it's like, insulted my mother? Who insulted my mother?
The fine lady, and yet Iron Dave there. That disreputable dog.
She's like, he turns to his gang and he's like, it's Iron Dave again! And then they're all just like, let's do this, and they all kind of, just gear up and start
Sometimes
walking
problems just
through
have to
the
be
middle
taken
of-
care of once and for all.
Do they? Is Iron
Okay,
Dave's-
is Dave finally distracted?
Okay, no. I'm just curious about like what the gang culture is here. Like, is Iron Dave, like all of his friends, are they like metallic? It's like chromatic prisoners and metallic
Like
prisoners.
his buddies are like Gold Steve, Silver
Yeah,
Johnny.
exactly. Like Platinum
Yes.
Johnny.
Yeah, it's like the Warriors. Like
Oh, I thought they were
gangs
all
have,
variations
like,
on Iron
really-
and they were just collectively the Iron Giants.
Oh yeah, that could be the other. Okay, that's it. They're the Iron Giants.
God.
That's
That's canon. Yeah, it's
That's
all
canon
It's
now,
all about
yeah.
the rewrite. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, their gang is the Iron Giants, and Iron Dave is the leader of Iron Frank,
Wow.
Iron Tony, Iron Steve, Iron
Rusted Paul.
Okay.
Rusted Paul, the old.
Good old RuPaul.
Let's heat some metal.
And yeah, Iron Dave comes over and he pushes you and just shoves you. In
Wait, he's still looking at me?
Yeah, he doesn't see them
We're
quite
about
coming
to
up
run
behind him, and he pushes at you
Oh,
and
okay.
shoves you down. Do you want to roll a good speed roll to see how you do?
How well I
keep
do.
saying Godspeed. It's good speed.
It's okay.
You
How
wanna
well
roll,
do I take a shoving?
let's say you can roll 1. You're not much of a
1.
tough guy, right? It's like.
Did he throw me against
He
the
just
back
kind
of
of
the
shoves you
wall,
like
or
down,
just
just
to
down
the
on the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
You can roll 1. You want to roll over your number. Your number is a 4.
I got a 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And,
I don't show much emotion.
And yeah, you don't break it all. And Iron Dave is sort of, you know.
Mighty bright out here today.
It's like, oh, you think you're tough, and then Iron Tony and Iron Steve start yelling at him, and they're like, behind you! And he turns around, and the other gang. What's the other gang's name? What's the other gang's name, Colin?
What do they like?
They all have skeleton tattoos.
They're the Bone Boys.
I was gonna say the Bone Boys.
You guys are more mature. I'm sitting over here like the boners.
Wow.
So
That's
blue,
the
Sam.
leader. Boner is the leader.
Boner, right? Leader of the Bone
But
Boys.
his name
biggest bone.
is Steven Boner.
Yeah.
There you
Right,
go.
it's not a weird sex thing.
No, God.
Right, no.
Perish the thought.
Prison movie?
No, we don't do that here on Tempting Fate.
No.
Yeah, so definitely.
Okay, so he's distracted.
The Bone Boys and the Iron Giants just
Yeah.
collide with each other and
I'd watch
start
this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, that is when I whisper in my shirt, okay, sunshine, it's time for the other sunshine. And I take out my shaving mirror and I angle the sun and do a beam to the tip of his shirt. I won't light it on fire.
Okay, let's. Oh, sure, why not?
It's a reflective surface with heat. I think that's how it works. I was gonna do it through the bag, but I don't want to light my fish on fire.
No, you don't want to cook fish.
I would
Well-
assume that would take a while to work, but.
There is a form of assistance I could render in such an endeavor.
Oh, what would that be?
My locket has a little piece of glass.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Roll a mason roll to see if you can precisely throw your glass into his hand. See if he can catch it. You'll roll for the whole
I
thing
better
to
not
catch.
drop this locket. I'm gonna use all the table rerolls.
No,
I do.
This will be up to
I have
them
to.
roll.
I have to toss, and I don't have that. I don't have a lot of rerolls left. So
We've got table
hopefully we
rerolls.
don't lose my husband's locket.
Oh.
This is a mason roll. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 2, and you can roll. Well, no, this is already a help roll. So
I succeed twice. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I do know this
Me and
one.
Jimmy the Renter just stay. We're watching this happen. We're like,
Okay, so
And Jimmy's like, even your fear is charming.
I bust out
It's
the
true.
mirror, give a little sun wink over to my good pal Conway over there,
And just like
and then it's just a quick whink, snatch, and down into position.
yeah. And what I will say is now you can
Wait.
roll a
I
mason
love the
roll.
weight.
This you got to roll under your number. It's very precise. You got to aim it
Yeah.
exactly right. You got to do it through the prism exactly right.
How many do I get to do?
You can. You are
This
a
is what I-
firebug.
This is
It
setting
what
things
you
on fire.
Do. It's probably not how you do it a lot, but you did get help from them. So
did.
let's say you can do 2 with the help 3.
I feel like
Thank
it's very much the classic early firebug thing, though.
It is.
The light and the magnify, like.
I mean, who
Yes.
hasn't used some reflective surface and a little bit of glass to light something on fire?
That is
I,
my
I'm
number.
a pyrophobe.
That's 2 successes and my number.
Came up in 10 candles once.
2 successes in your number. Wow. Okay. So yeah. First, what's your question?
I would like to ask the cell block who's the gentleman at the top of the bleachers.
The gentleman at the
Someone's paying
top of
attention
the
in class.
bleachers is Big Mo.
Big Mo.
Yeah, Big Mo. He is the prisoner with like the way those bleachers work. The more status you have in the prison, the higher up on the bleachers you can sit. And Big Mo, he is like the boss of this prison as far as the inmates
biggest
go.
mofo.
He's got more status than anybody. He's
So
got.
he's a promo.
Oh my God! What did I do?
For sure.
What did I do?
I
Here
have
come the Mo
FOMO.
puns.
gonna sit
Mo
in the
puns.
house.
Mo puns. No. Yeah. Oh God. So yeah, that is Big Mo. And Big Mo, he when it comes to If you're not a guard, if you're not the warden, Big Mo's the most powerful prisoner in here.
Most powerful.
And on that, yeah, you focus that beam, and while Iron Dave is fighting with Boner, leader of the Bone Boys, it's leader versus leader of the Iron Giants versus the leader of the Bone Boys. It is just vicious prison yard action when suddenly Iron Dave starts to smell something burning, and he starts laughing. He's like, "Ha, something's burning!" And he's like, "Oh wait, it's me!" And suddenly, like, his shirt just like goes up in flames, yeah, he just
very cheap fabric.
Yes, it's very cheap fabric. I mean, it is Alcatraz. They don't spend a lot on prisoner clothing. And,
Not much couture.
Well, the notable thing here is that it's not a very heavy polyester blend. Those tend to melt.
And they wash them in nasty, cheap, budget bleach. So it's like they're just sort of ready to go up, flammable, and and it just sort of burns Dave, and he starts screaming.
I'm gonna take off running. I'm like, Jimmy, Timmy, or wait, where's my accent?
Ireland.
Yeah, what happened to your German accent?
Wrench, get me back! And I take off running, and I run, Iron Dave, I've got you, brother! And I leap, and I throw myself, and I knock him off the ground, and I start patting him out, and patting the flames off his body. I'm like, don't worry, bruv. We've got you safe, you're safe. And I'm gonna save his life.
You're gonna save Iron Dave?
I'm gonna save
Dave?
I'm gonna save Dave's life.
Okay, that's wild, passionate action. Let's call that.
I can relate.
That's a good speed roll. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 2. You're a bomber. You probably have some experience with things being on fire.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I've lit myself on fire more times than I can count. Wait, was I supposed to go
Good speed. You want to go over your number? Your number's 3. So
yes,
that's 2
3
successes, and you get a cell block. Do you have a question for the cell block?
I would like to know from the cell block. Can I bank that one? I'm not quite sure if I have a question for the cell block. No. I want to know from the cell block.
You can ask anything.
Yeah, I can ask him anything. What is Captain Allen's favorite thing?
Ginger sugar.
Captain Allen.
Ginger snaps.
What's he want?
No, we don't snap the ginger. He's useful to us.
Captain Allen likes things that are valuable to him on the outside. So if you have someone on the outside who can bribe him, or if there's something you can do for him on the outside or arrange for him, he likes money. He's a tough man to deal with in that sense. Inside the prison, certainly he likes people who are willing to help him carry out his agenda and do his bidding.
Great.
If you might be willing to work for him, he might be willing to help you out.
Great.
And that's a complete success, right? You got 2 successes. Yeah. And you put out the flames, and Iron Dave is just looks at you and is sort of a little confused.
Oh, are you all right, lad?
My shirt's... Oh, no, I'm kind of burned.
Oh, here, sorry. And I take my own shirt off and I give him my shirt. I saw you just go up in flame like that. That was crazy. I mean, does it make you think about your life?
And he takes your shirt and he throws it back, and he's like,
"Oh,
thanks for the help." And he just walks off and sinks his head and walks away.
Wait, are we square? Are we? Oh,
might want to put some aloe on those burns, sir.
Well, on that, the sirens go off. The guards have spotted this fight starting. They flood into the yard, and they grab y'all. They put you in lockdown.
Wait, what? Ah! Hands off! Whoa! Hands off the merchandise! I'm a slippery, shirtless Irishman.
And while you're
And
blinding white skin, just shockingly.
Who knew there were 3 suns today?
and the warden shows up, and he, all the people who were involved in the fight are put in the line, and the warden. I am most disappointed in all of you, especially the ones who I gave the privilege of work duty to. I think you all need a little time to think about this. Solitary for everybody, 30 days.
Wait, Warden! Wait, I saved a man's life!
He turns around, and on that, the guards just grab and sweep you all up, and you are taken all down where you are thrown in a metal box where there is no daylight and there is nothing to see for 24/7. And you are doing 30 days of the hardest time in solitary. And while they're suffering,
Oh God!
Do I have my sock full of beans?
no. Sock full of beans is up in your regular cell.
Wait, my mouse is gonna die if I don't feed it.
Farmer will look after your pets.
Best believe.
I also
Your
had
mouse is
my
gonna
fish
eat
on
my
me.
sock full of beans.
Farmer will make sure your pets are taken care
Okay.
of. And while you are in there, every once in a while, you are slipped a message from the guards, from your friends on the cell block. And here are some of the messages that you get from your friends. Yeah.
Thanks, Alan.
DJ Phoenix said,
a
you
DJ.
all rock, pun fully intended. Please don't die in the game. Well, they will not die now, or somebody won't die. Thank you, DJ Phoenix.
This is so cool.
At least 3 will survive. And your friend Orion Lightning said, thanks for all that you do, Rick. Oh, thank you. Games do not exist without a capable GM, and you are one of the best. One-shots are not easy to come up with every week, and you make it look so easy. Oh, God, thank you, Orion Lightning. I have so much fun here. It's honestly, it's all them. They do, it's...
It's true.
I am
just
spoiled
ride.
when it comes to casts.
We ride that ride.
Thank you so much. And Meaning of Night, our friend who does the official Carrier Penguins, says, why did the belt get arrested? Because he held up a pair of pants.
Whoa, that one threw me for a loop.
Keep up the great work. Meaning of Night puns. Please let us know what you think in the chat. Thank you, Meaning of Night. And Sam doubling down on that pun. Yeah, I heard that. I was not reacting out of sheer practice. But yes, you can always let us know what you think about Sam puns.
It's a savage world.
Oh, God. Wow. Now we're getting into RPG puns. I better cut this off. Hang on. And Lynette, our friend Lynette says, love the blue shirts, less than 3. And
The red shirt seemed rather dangerous.
We want to survive after all.
And Aki, our good friend Aki says, welcome, Colin, to the player side of the saving throw table. So happy to see you on Tempting Fate. Have a good game, everybody. Hugs for everyone who wants one. Hugs are good for prisoners. Thank you, Aki. Aki played Lockjaw on our Fantastic Four game. We love Aki. And Losal says, thank you for continuing to be the bright point of my Sundays. Oh, thank you for continuing to hang out with us, Losal. And Shalthea says, rescue Darling the dog. They're a dog.
That's right. They're a dog. And they need to be rescued. Beanie Babies need to continue to survive.
Darling, one of our all-time favorite
those
Tempting Fate
beans.
characters.
One of my favorite characters I've ever played.
Yeah. Thank you, Shalthea. And Tinksy says, another great show. Love you all. Thank you, Tinksy.
Thank you, Tinksy.
Yeah, thanks for dropping in today.
Everyone for the
And your friend DJ Phoenix says,
DJ.
they had it coming. They had it coming. They only had themselves to blame. Call block tango. Get.
Cell.
Cell block tango. I know how to read. I swear. Sorry. Yeah. Cell block tango.
If you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, DJ Phoenix. I promise everyone. You know how to read. I am literate.
Cicero.
Lip shits.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh no. I'm at a table with theater kids.
You had it coming.
Oh, what have I
The
got?
fact that I made it this
Yeah.
long without making a cell block tango joke
It's
is shocking
incredibly
and an
impressive. I
example
know.
that I'm a paragon of restraint. A paragon.
So while
Now go
you
renegade.
are in solitary, you are having this recurring nightmare. It's more like a premonition, it's like it's one of those things that feels so real, like it's gonna happen. What is your nightmare?
It's just. I see flames. I hear. Yes, I hear an explosion. I know very certainly that I do. And I see so many guards running to it. All running toward it.
Okay. A giant explosion that alerts the guards. Yeah, and you have this dream over and over and over again, and it feels so real. While you, Colin, while you are, in solitary, you start to go a little wonky in the darkness. And while you are down there, you keep slipping into this strange impression voice.
Right, I kind of.
Yeah, and you start reciting this monologue. It just comes to you.
All right.
In your best Sean Connery, sir.
All right. Well, okay. Wait. Let me find it. All right. I am Sam. Wait, I can do this. Okay, wait.
Say a classic Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery line. All right. Well, I can't do it. You guys are terrible.
Wait. Say this.
I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be. Okay.
There you go.
I am Sham. Sham, I am. Now this. You're so fucking. You guys got me so proud. This is ridiculous. Sam, I am. That Sam, I am. That Sam, I am. Do not like that Sam, I am. Would you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them. Sam, I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am.
And the Oscar goes to.
Yeah, just indistinguishable from the real Sean
I love
Connery.
the
Did I
idea of
not
Sean
tell you?
Connery being like, all right, kids, it's time for just a little bedtime story.
It's on the shushers.
Would be most so, yeah, the shushers, you gotta shush it up.
That's much wonderful.
Go the fuck.
Right, that's the good night star.
Yeah, and the guards hear you doing that through the door, and they peek through that little thing where they pass the meals, and they're like, "You okay in there?"
I'm fine.
Anyway, the 30 days are up.
I'm Sean
and
Connery.
Yeah, you are brought back to your cells after 30 days, and Farmer returns your mouse and your fish and your sock full of beans.
Oh, thank God.
The heavens. Sunshine once again has entered my life.
And
I've learned how to speak goldfish.
You.
That's basically what I've been doing for the last 30 days, is learning how to speak to my fish. It's
Wow.
just a lot
This
of
is
smacking.
riveting.
This is amazing.
Riveting live television
God,
happening.
we should have a
right
tier
now.
for an all goldfish game. Yeah.
Get on it, Dom.
Yeah, you are brought back to your cell.
my God.
Oh my God.
Please.
We actually have
Good
goldfish.
Because this is a professional studio.
I feel bad about this.
That's so fucked up. So fucking
No,
dark.
you can't.
No, you
No.
can't.
No. Tina, no.
Sunshine had babies while I was in
Oh, that worse! Sunshine, turn your eyes! Avert your eyes! Oh, God, how could you?
Don't worry, I'm sending them to the fish bowl inside of me.
Oh God.
I mean, they'll be sending them to the other bowl.
Man, this game is a nightmare in
little bit.
all kinds of ways I
That's
didn't
the
predict.
afterlife.
So
The
yeah.
afterlife is... Anyway, that's cool. Oh,
I'm
God.
not eating them in for real. This is Gina.
Jesus.
I would never. I
Alright,
really like goldfish.
You get
They are
back to your
delicious.
cells and you are back inside.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, little sock friend? Well, if you're hard at work and you can just kind of figure a way out of the rock, like I don't know how we'll do it though. If we can somehow figure it out, well, you can just get tough then. It's like, oh well, it's my little Sean Connery sock.
Yes, and you and your Sean Connery sock are talking up a storm.
Got a little crazy.
And you are taken off of your work duties, all of you, because of your role in the fight. And for a while, it is just cell
The fight
time.
that we weren't a part of got me booted from the kitchen.
Hey, that is how it is in
I
Alcatraz.
saved a man's life, shite.
And right now it's just cell time, yard time, and meal time is all you get. And things are seeming pretty slow. Well, and then one day the warden shows up and he has you called down to another work line, and he says, "Well, I think you have cooled your heels long enough to have learned your lesson. I have a new work detail for all of you." And it's not just the three of you, it's about, 15 people who are all involved in the fight. We are installing a new basement in my quarters, the warden's quarters. And we need laborers to dig and to cart dirt and to help with bringing supplies to and from the site, under guard, of course. And I think you bunch would be perfect for this sort of manual labor job. You will not be given another chance at work duty if you blow this duty. I am just telling you now. And the warden turns and he heads back, and the guard behind him says, "Duty starts tomorrow." And he sends you back to yourselves.
All right.
Well, it seems this may be our only shot.
All right, trying to be digging a hole, carrying dirt, getting supplies.
Bringing things to and fro, that has its own form of use.
Also, my goodness, it's weird to hear y'all's voice again.
Oh, I've been hearing your voices. I've been hearing your voices the entire time.
Well, there was a bit of reverberation, green eggs and ham.
What? You have ham?
You have a lovely speaking voice, by the way.
Well, thank you. You should hear me sing Danny Boy. It's my favorite song.
Did you have more than one person in your cell, or was you putting on a play for yourself?
Oh, well, yeah, no, it's a bit about, it's important to have someone to talk to. So, yeah, sometimes I was alone, sometimes I had a friend.
Sure.
Well, it's fine, it's fine.
The next morning at breakfast, I'll say, you spend a night in your cell. It's a typical night. The next morning at breakfast, you were sitting at the table with Farmer and
Good
three.
to see you again.
It's great to have you back. I've been taking care of your pets. I'm glad you guys made it. Not everyone comes out of solitary in one piece,
It's true.
And as he's sitting there, he looks up and he's like, "Oh, here comes trouble." And three prisoners come and sit down at your table. And they look at you. And they kind of start sizing you up a little bit. And,
So one of the is it Iron Dave's crew?
No,
or
not Iron
Boys?
Dave's crew. You don't know these guys.
Oh,
you haven't
new
seen
boys.
them. And they're, one of them kind of good looking. The other two, not so good looking. Farmer goes, "What's up, Frank?" And Frank says, "I came to meet your friends." And he looks at you and he says, "So I heard you were assigned to manual labor duty at the warden's place. Is that true?"
Imagine we'll be reading many manuals in the process, yes.
And he looks at you and he looks at his friends and he says, Couple things.
No, I don't know you that well. I don't feel about being a couple. I think I'm going to try being single for a while. Widowing is very grievous work.
You're pretty funny for somebody who's pretty close to getting killed.
Gallows humor, then.
What can we do for you?
My name's Frank Morris. This is my friend Clarence England, my buddy John England. We've been looking for our own way out of here. We were angling to get on the warden's prison detail because we heard that some people had spotted some weaknesses in the security. But then we noticed something. Some of the people going to that detail, they don't come back.
Because they do such a good job that they get set free.
I suppose anything is possible, and then one of the Anglin brothers just like, but I don't think so.
Maybe, but no.
And Frank looks at you and he says, I'm just spreading the word. Keep an eye on yourselves and everyone else on that detail. And if I was you, I would, I'd be looking for a way off that detail or a way out of here, because...
Thank you kindly for the advice.
You're welcome.
If you're offering some such advice, may I ask why you were angling to get onto the detail yourself, given its perilous nature?
I see what you did there. Frank looks and he says, well, at first we thought it was a good idea, but the more we looked into it, the more we became convinced that something's going on at the warden's house, and we don't want no part of it. All we want is to get out of here.
And you're giving us this information out of the goodness of your heart?
Yeah, out of the goodness of our heart. Okay, why don't you make a roll? Make a good speed roll. You want to roll over your number. Let's call this perception roll. You are reading his body language and seeing if he's on the level.
Yeah, good speed.
Good speed. Yeah, you want to roll over your number. Your number is a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many am I rolling?
You can roll 2.
Okay, sure. I fail. Do I fail? I don't fail. I actually double succeed. Never mind.
Whoa!
Double cell blocks.
Succeed and double cell blocks. So first you have questions.
Whoa.
I have so many questions.
You get 2.
Yes.
Wait, just for clarity, is the work detail like? Are we digging a basement in his office?
No, the quarters.
Like
Where the
on the
warden lives
island?
on the island, yeah.
Oh, he's like lives here. Oh, that's shitty. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's a glamorous post.
Yeah, right. Fancy.
All right. What is, given that we're on this work detail and not on our previous ones, what is the best path to acquiring contraband supplies? Or not contraband supplies, actually. Fairly legitimate supplies.
Fairly legitimate supplies.
I have a list.
Well, I mean, once you're on this project, you know, scrounging around from your work site, using your scrounger in the prison in general, those are probably your best avenues towards getting stuff that you need. Plus, there's always just...
scrounging.
Right. There's typical scrounging. It's, you know, whenever you're led into a dining hall, a rec room, you know, anything that you can figure out a way to use that you can get your hands on, you can take a shot at stealing. What else you got? Another question?
Really should.
Yeah, you can ask whatever you want.
Yeah. But all my questions were going to be about a tango, and that's all blown now.
Well...
You could ask about the guard puppers.
That's true.
Which one of them likes treats from the kitchen?
All of them do.
that is deeply
They're
true.
all good boys.
Which ones will do that without biting you?
What? Where is the friendliest guard pupper?
The friendliest...
We have returned. Thank you, Gina, for
welcome.
bringing me back to my roots.
Yeah,
reminding me who I am.
You're
Absolutely,
welcome. It's
the
hard
friendliest
we all
guard
forget
pupper.
when we're in the clink.
The one who can most likely be convinced to help you escape is, we will say, at the docks.
Oh.
Dock dog.
Dock dog.
Dock diving is actually a great dog sport.
It is. It's
Favored by retrievers.
there's a so they're all German shepherds, and then one dog at the dock is like a corgi.
A corgi military.
No,
I mean,
Is it like
retrievers are still like super common in use in guard, police, sniffing, anything that requires basic obedience. They score the highest in obedience in AKC trials.
Sam facts. They're all German shepherds.
That's a beautiful dog. I'm not.
Yeah, so there is a guard dog by the docks, and
Doggy.
you get the feeling that Frank and his buddies, they got their own agenda here. They're not quite warning you totally out of the goodness of their hearts, but you don't really get much more than that from them. Otherwise, you get the feeling that what they're telling you is true.
Thank you, my good exposition vehicles.
All right. Wait a minute, friends. Okay, so I know that I've seemed quite collected and calm, but I gotta level with you. That 30 days in the dark, it wasn't my favorite. I've got a strong feeling that if we end up back in the dark like that, I mean, I might do something I might regret. Or you all might regret. I can turn crazy. I mean, it might be bad. All I'm saying is I can't go back. So, how
All right, Gail. Then I suppose you're coming with us.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If this, change is an opportunity, it's a fulcrum point. Time for us to try and get something done. If we're going to be digging a hole, if it might be a little mysterious, I mean, how are we going to get the fuck out of here?
And that Frank looks at you and he goes, I say get busy living or get busy dying. And on those inspirational words, he gets up and he takes the Anglin brothers and he says, good luck. And he walks away.
That was very poetic.
That's very poetic. I like those guys.
So very kind of them to
Frank
sit at our
Morris,
table.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the easy part will be the water, the salt substitute, and the coffee filters. The harder part, glass jars, could potentially be come by. It's the cold pack. I think that'll be difficult, but could be managed.
The cold pack?
Invented about 2 years ago. It's an impressive object of tremendous chemistry. And then after all of that, a heating element naturally, but I think that could be come by.
If we mix all this up, what
You
we
can
get?
just check that box right now.
Understood.
What? Sorry, I must be a little slow. What are we building? Is the boat?
We're making a boom.
We're making a boom. Oh. Well, I know something about making booms. Not like, we're like talking about an explosion. Like an explosion boom.
I'm
Not
thinking
like
about
just
those
a-
cold packs. Ammonium nitrate.
Ammonium nitrate, of course. Ammonium nitrate. We have, I think we can distill that out of some of the cleaning chemicals we've seen, or perhaps our own urine, I believe.
That'll get you ammonia. We'll get you the nitrate.
We'll get the nitrate.
Hence the cold pack.
Before we start getting into urine technicalities, what I'm going to say is...
You're in too
Yeah.
deep.
yeah.
No, I'm just, I just light things on fire. I don't know how they come about chemically.
Right. So what
We have our tinkerer friend to supply us.
And
We have
actually,
fairly
like-
legitimate supplies and one slightly more difficult thing
You
to get
tell
that takes
me
rolling for.
what you need.
I definitely know what we need.
I've got some friends still in the kitchen.
Okay, you make a scrounging roll.
Okay.
Or wait, no.
What,
First,
a cold pack?
you make a roll to see if you can figure out what you need.
Be on his ground?
It's
Yeah.
a mason roll. You can roll 3. You want to roll under your number. Your number, Gal, is 3.
2.
Okay, 2 successes.
successes.
Yeah, you come up with a list of things in the prison that you think you can build a nice bomb out of. Now you got to go scrounging for those things that he needs. So why don't we say that is also a mason roll. You want to roll under your number.
Here's the very cogent list of all the things we need. Don't show the camera, but it's all right there. I
very
guarantee,
detailed.
very
Yeah,
detailed.
Very detailed.
It's got numbers and dots and spaces.
And milligrams.
The whole
and-
recipe, yeah.
Yep.
I am ready to go shopping.
So you roll a mason roll. You can roll 2.
Just 2 for a scrounger?
Oh, right, you're the scrounger.
What if
Okay.
can I get like Timmy the Wrench to help?
You can roll 3.
There we go.
Thank you.
You get Timmy the wrench to help.
I don't know. Timmy's a good.
Yeah,
cat.
and
I
you
love Timmy.
establish deep
Yeah.
friendship and loyalty.
Yeah, you probably could. It's
That's a bummer and a half.
Well,
Yeah,
that
that
is
is-
what those little rolls do.
well, you got
There's-
1 success.
I did.
Yeah, which is also a question.
That's okay. I would like to re-roll 1 to see if I'd succeed without a cost.
Okay.
I do indeed.
Okay, what is your question?
My question, oh no, let's see. Oh, I know.
Yes.
What's a vulnerable part of the prison that's easily explodable that is not going to have dead prisoners scattered about? I don't particularly want to kill nobody. That's not the joy I find. I like structures coming to an end and the people around getting to witness that destruction. And they can't do that if they're dead.
Well, depending on what time of day it is, there certainly could be no people around the docks or the warden's house or mess hall area when nobody's eating.
Sure.
Armory, no one cares about.
If you can get to it, yeah.
Or the
An
door
armory
there,
is an
too.
interesting one.
Armory is a real interesting.
That's a bigger explosion.
But that was 2 successes, so
It
you
is.
get him his materials. What I'll say is, over the course of the next couple of weeks, you spend your days digging a pit in the basement of the warden's quarters, and
Minute alarms.
yeah, and
Thank
while
you.
while you're digging the pit, you see these men in sort of these green jumpsuits bringing in large metal cases of something which they are storing in another part of the warden's basement, a finished part. You don't know. They definitely don't look like prison employees. They definitely don't look like they belong.
What do the
are
box? Are they
prisoners.
like cargo boxes?
Yeah, they're sort of like metal cargo containers.
Do they have any markings?
You know what? You can roll to see if you
Yeah.
pick
I
that
would
up
like
in your
to
weeks of
see.
work duty.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love
Can we
to
all
assist on
Yeah.
this endeavor, having a bit of a brainy aspect to myself.
Sure. Why
Yeah.
don't you say you all combine your efforts? Who wants to assist? Only one of you can assist. Take a pick. You wanna do
You
it?
assist.
All right. So you can roll. It's a Mason roll. You want to roll under your number. Let's say you can roll 2.
I succeed twice.
You succeed twice. Do you get a question? You got a
No.
question? No. Okay. So you can roll.
I'm nosy.
You're nosy. You can roll 3.
That is 2 successes. Two
Mason,
successes.
you roll under. Yeah, that's 2 successes. So, what I'll say is that, you definitely notice at least one of those boxes has a serial number in which you can see U.S. Army.
Oh boy.
And you pick this up over, this is over the course of weeks. You know that there's something going in and out of that house. I'll say you've seen a helicopter land and take off a couple of times from, behind the warden's house.
That would be fun.
What happens to the dirt that we are digging loose?
The dirt that you are digging loose is put into a truck, and then the truck is driven to the fence. It is let outside the fence line where it dumps the dirt into the water, into the bay. As you can see, it's like, it's sort of very sheer around the side.
Oh
of
god,
the
we're just
dirt.
dumping that dirt right
Yeah,
into
just
the
dumping
ocean.
right into the ocean.
Make the rock bigger. I would love to make a roll and begin to case
Case, sure, you can.
their movements to track current.
Yeah, you
to
roll
watch the
3
eyes
for
out.
that.
I do tend to do so. That would be 2 cell blocks.
Okay.
And a third, which is also itself a success.
So 3 successes. Yeah, you do great. What questions?
At what point in our currently scheduled workday is there least supervision, perhaps most vulnerability for some innocent soul to make a move? Not that any such thing would happen.
Lunch. Because they don't take you all the way back to the mess hall for lunch. You were sort of given lunch kind of in
What a
an
mess.
area beside the warden's house where basically kind of one guard just stands there with a rifle looking over you while the rest of the guards eat their own lunches.
Is the warden married?
You don't have any questions. Fuck. You have one more.
I'm on to your game.
And in my few weeks around here and paying attention to such things, what have I learned about disappearing prisoners in their ghost boats?
Okay, this is an ask to cell block thing. You start getting the feeling, you are starting to connect the dots. You are learning enough now, and as you are connecting the dots, you are starting to figure it out. People go to work on the warden's basement, and they don't come back. You're thinking they must be getting killed, and maybe those boats are taking their bodies off the island quietly at night, so that nobody sees what happens.
People on this particular work detail have already died?
Not on the
Or
one that you
disappeared?
were on. Well, on the detail, not like with the group that you've been assigned.
Got it.
But this detail's been going on for a while now.
Sure.
And every once in a while, they just,
They
bring a
disappear
new
not
influx of people.
during the... Okay, so they bring in like a whole cohort.
Yeah.
A whole cohort disappears and needs full replacement.
Yep.
And that
Wow.
is during the workday. Like, we see them go out to work and no one re-entered, and therefore we, the cohort, were brought in.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Rather,
It's like,
as
right,
opposed to an overnight disappearance when they were in their cells and then in the morning they weren't.
Oh, like exactly.
Did they disappear while they were out? Did they disappear, or they disappeared in the night?
What I'll say is, yeah, no, they just sort of never came back to their cells one day, as far as anybody knows.
Understood. All the more so it seems like the daytime is the optimal time to move, and further, that we are on a bit of a tight time schedule ourselves.
Can't do anything during the day, though. I mean, what are we gonna do? Swim for it? I mean, the sun's out. They'll see us.
Well, there's a handful of vehicles that come by here. Namely, we've got some ghost boat. There's a helicopter that comes in every now and then. I wouldn't mind taking that for a spin.
That's true. I'm definitely a pilot. Oh, wait. Are you a pilot?
Can't be that difficult, right? You just gotta go up and straight.
I find it much more difficult to be a corpse than a pilot.
It may be more unpleasant, but I bet being a corpse is actually quite a bit easier.
Well, if
Don't
you'd
leave
like
it
to tell me about it.
Well, fair enough. I'll let you know from the other side.
But in the meantime, I am finding lunch to be a particular point of weakness vis-a-vis the security. Thereafter, one would hope a time of eluding the guards, or perhaps we escape our own untimely demise, play possum, if you will. I don't love the potential method of everything getting killed. It does carry a certain sort of risk that I've found myself averse to.
Can anyone hear us? Are we kind of alone at the moment?
You're as alone as you get. Let's say you're in your cells whispering to each other through the bars and stuff.
Right.
Also, by the way, while you're in your cells, hang on just for 1 second.
Sunshine.
Do you know what the cell
Light
block
up my
tango
life.
is? Cell block tango?
We have heard the cell.
Yeah, it's a
yes.
song.
Do you know the song?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I have seen the film once.
part of Dom Time, see,
Oh, no.
was your pets are going to sing the opening to the Cell Block Tango using their unique pet voices, especially the sock full of beans. The one
So
word
Colin has
syncopation
to
bit at
do
the
my
beginning of the song.
voice. Has to ventriloquist me since he's been doing my voice this whole time.
Well, the sock is like a Sean Connery sock at this point. It's kind of evolved.
A shock, Connor.
Yeah, and I guess Sam can just tap the mouse. I actually don't know the words to this one, so y'all are going to have to take this.
You could read the message we got earlier.
It's gone.
Dang it.
I can pull it up. Wait. So like the opening to Cell Block Tango.
Yeah, wait.
Pop.
Six.
Squish. Cicero. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nose goes. He's playing the Hungarian.
Right, you have to do it in the voice
I was
of...
doing the Sean Connery.
Oh,
Alright.
and
I'm the shock, remember?
you're the
Oh,
sock.
right, you're the sock.
I'm the fish.
I'm the squeak. I'm the
You're the
Fish,
mouse.
which notably do not make noise.
You're the percussion.
Yes, now it's time to decide, Sam.
You're the pop!
Hey, thank you for the sub, Aquarian's Aquarium. Nice name, too.
Squish.
Roll. Squeak. Am I just doing the whole song?
I mean,
No one else has
this
one.
sack of beans is the only thing that talk.
We had Pop Squeak.
Pop, squeak.
We'll do the
my
rhythm.
gosh.
Pop, squeak.
Pop,
Squish.
He's stinking.
Shish roll. Lip shit. Shit squish. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
I mean, come on. What more could you have wanted than
like
that?
a Broadway.
Gina DeVivo doing the song as Sean Connery.
That's my first time doing
as a
Sean
sock
Connery.
with Sean Connery's
Crushed
voice.
it. You
Crushed,
Yeah.
Crushed
Squished it.
like a bag of beans.
like a sack of beans.
Thank you so much, Dom.
Yeah, and you are really you must have been in here for too long because you're starting to see your pets in your socks.
Oh boy.
Man, we just had a full-on like
I just had-
jailhouse psychedelic. Like we've all been in like
Whole jailhouse rock has happened.
yeah, like a fucking mouse is like
You always
squished.
saw that hallucination,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
Hallucination.
So yeah, somebody can hear you. And one night while you are all sort of making your plans and walking around, it's night. Nobody's supposed to be walking around.
No.
But you hear like the sound, metal, screws, you know, it's like you don't quite know what's going on. You maybe put your mirrors into the hall, try and get all
We're like, what's going on?
And out of the shadows, this guy comes. He's got long hair and a beard, and he kind of looks like a young Sean Connery. And he walks over to you, and he says, "Are you the ones who are on the warden's duty? The warden's construction duty? Yes,
Yeah.
Miss Moneypenny. Okay, yeah.
We're on the big dig. I'm told it'll take years.
The name's Mason. John Patrick Mason.
Jimmy.
Good to meet you, Jimmy.
Gail, but has anyone ever told you sound like my sock full of beans?
Forgive our friend. He spent time in solitary and never fully recovered. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Mason.
Pleasure to meet you. Yes, word on the cell block is that I sound like a shock full of beans, but in fact, I am here because I'm going to help you break out of this place.
That's mighty kind of you.
Fantastic.
The generosity of the prisoners of Alcatraz will be noted.
Is he wearing a prisoner's
Yes,
outfit?
he's dressed like a prisoner's outfit.
Wait, but how? Normally I would say you have to be full of shit, but you are outside of the cells and
I'm
we
a
are...
master of escape. It's easy for me to get around in here.
Oh.
God, I'm so sorry, Sean Connery. Anyway,
He's lived a fine life. He's looking down in heaven right now. It's totally square with you.
He's in heaven. Sean Connery, John Patrick Mason looks at you and he says, "Well, nothing is free. I'm going to need you to cause a distraction on your way out so that I can get out."
What?
Wait a minute. But we'll get out too.
Yes, you'll get out too, but you're going to have to get out in a much louder fashion than I will.
Oh.
Well, now that you mention it, we were planning something pretty noisy.
That'll work just fine.
Before you came out of the shadows, all spooky like.
I heard that. By the way, Aquarium sends their reroll to Sam. By the way, any rerolls that are not used today, we'll just push over into next week. If they belong to Colin, they will go into the pot for whoever's next week. But there's still going to be plenty of rolling to go. We might go a little over here, but we're going to try and get this done. So,
is this the part where we make the plan and do the plan?
this is that part. Yeah. And he
Let's
says
make the plan.
he explains that he heard. I heard you making your plan, and I happen to know that there are secret tunnels beneath Alcatraz. If you can slip away from the work duty during the day, you can hide in the secret tunnels at night, and then make your way to the other side of the fence, where you can catch the boat.
The secret boat. We hide all day, party all night. No, we hide all day, when...
Hey, Nodworthy, thank you for the sub.
Grazie. Wait, when we make a distraction, you escape, and then we hide, and then we make it to the boat.
Yes, that is the plan.
Seems impeccably foolproof.
All right.
Well,
Then we better get a good night's sleep.
I will say is that you trust this guy for some reason. He's got that Sean Connery assuredness to him that makes you just say that this man is definitely knows what he's talking about.
and moreover, we have a limited amount of time before we, along with the rest of our cohort, are straight murdered.
Yes.
This is a fact.
Yes,
True.
Miss Marty Petty. No, sorry.
Absolutely,
I feel
under
like-
no circumstances.
You should really wear red. Blue isn't your color.
Respectfully.
And he sits down and helps to plan this with you. Now we will shoot to work duty the next day.
Cut to.
All right.
Nodworthy sends their reroll from me. Thank you, Nodworthy.
This
you,
is
everyone.
He has the biggest pile of rerolls now,
So
you guys. It's bigger than the
much.
table. It like
This will be useful all season
So
long.
we've-
Thank you.
this is
So we've
awful.
crafted we've scavenged the business.
Scavenged.
We've built
a bomb.
a bomb.
Yep, you all succeeded at that.
Yeah.
We
We basically put together
Don't
like
worry.
cheap gunpowder.
Here's the fun part. We get to see what happens since we've made the plan last night.
Now,
We figure it
here
out.
is the prison break mechanic. The way this works is,
Okay.
Oh goodness.
you never watch like
Oh,
a
we get
heist
a
movie or a
mechanic,
prison
too,
break
right?
movie or something?
Oh, but very helpful.
The idea is that like when they make the big plan, they cut away from the scene and then you just see the plan in action. Well, here's what's gonna happen. It's like they made their
no.
plan off camera and now as things go, if a complication comes up, they can roll a d6 and if you roll a 1 or a 2, you planned for it and things go well. If you roll a 3 or a 4, you didn't plan for it and you kind of got to figure out whatever to do on the spot or you're screwed. And if you roll a 5 or a 6, you did plan for it, but your plan backfires, making things worse. So basically, it's like a positive outcome, a neutral outcome, and a negative
This is a
outcome.
pretty good mechanic.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Great.
And yeah,
Though the planner's like, crap, this is worse than my mason rolls. Fuck.
Yes, I know.
yes, it
Same.
makes it a little harder, but hey, you know, planning is tough. So yeah, you are on work detail the next day, and
Oh,
you are
Before,
Yeah.
we're on work duty. I don't know why it took me this long, and I apologize. I've been keeping it safe. I forgot. After the 30 days, it slipped my mind.
Thought they might have stolen this. I wouldn't have seen it again.
Oh, the
Yeah,
rocket.
I know. I was like, what? And I was like, oh.
Just in case this doesn't shake down well, I wanted to make sure it was with you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're very welcome, Conway. Now let's get the hell out of here.
All right, and it is the next day. You are on duty. You're digging, you're moving dirt around, you're seeing those weird guys in the green jumpsuits pushing those strange U.S. Army cargo lockers to somewhere, but you don't know where. The guards are all got their eyes on you. They all, as usual. Lunchtime.
I'm sexy and I know it.
You're sexy and you know it. Too sexy for your shirt, so sexy it hurts.
That would be
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, I got my shirt on, though, right
You're
now.
singing Danny Boy, the guards are
Okay, yeah.
all right, lunchtime
Okay,
rolls
lunchtime.
around.
All right, we've got the bomb. What are we gonna blow up? We need to create a distraction that's gonna cause enough guards to look the other way, perhaps running the other way, so that we can hide.
Now, we'll assume that this part of the conversation happened during the planning.
Yeah.
But okay, right.
Okay, where...
The map probably doesn't matter so much, but it's like, let's say we are that house back
Okay.
there, Sam, all the way on the left.
Okay.
Is the warden's house
hit the water tower.
Right.
tower?
Cause a flood. Potentially flood the building. Needs a large amount of staff. Needs to be addressed immediately.
But water puts out fire.
You take out the base of support of the water tower with the explosion. The structure collapses.
I see.
You could also set the warden's house on fire.
That would be doubly distracting of further splitting their resources.
Okay.
We have to be generous. Allow our explosions enthusiasts to explode what is most explodable,
course.
while meanwhile allowing are arson artistes to operate.
This is true. I've grown a small fondness for water since I've been here.
All right, so you're gonna blow up the water tower.
And light a fire.
What we're doing
Okay.
is...
The two-pronged
Okay,
attack.
so exactly. Would you mind if I borrowed some of your hair?
That's the thing, yeah. I've been...
Not your hair, the one in the
No,
side.
absolutely. I've been like rolling it into all the... I've been keeping it so you have a nice little lightable fire.
Hairballs?
Little hairball. That'll be like a fire
It's a little,
starter.
It's a kindling.
I've been using like wax to like make it like a wad of good flammable.
You made a nice little
Like a
hair wick.
Absolutely.
All right.
Using my own grease.
So you,
I like your style.
Yeah.
So basically, since the water tower is near the warden, I want to set the bomb at the base of the water tower and trail the wick of hair to a bit that's flammable to the warden's house.
so like two
So
birds
it
with one.
explodes and then lights the wick, which then lights the warden house. So this gets lit first and the water, and then while everyone's distracted at the water going that way, the house is on fire and the water's already over there.
Okay,
That's
that's
an excellent fracking plan.
Flawless plan.
all right. So first, let's
I
say.
know, we planned for it.
Yeah, we planned for it.
let's see what-
Hopefully.
Spark
find
and
out
lights
what
the
you
bomb
planned
burns of
So first, let's see if you planned well enough to get away from the guards who were monitoring you. The guards who were monitoring you for lunch.
Right.
This is the day he was putting on a special performance.
Oh, I've been, absolutely. I've been,
A rock and roll version of Danny Boy.
they've never heard something like this before, and I actually have a fucking fantastic Elvis Presley impression.
And that
Oh.
probably
Pelvic
would have
thrust will not
worked
be
if there was
missed.
just the one guard, but a second guard showed up today. So why don't we see if you plan to deal with that contingency?
Okay.
So first you roll
roll.
a d6. What is it?
That's a 3.
That is a 3, so you did not plan for it. Now you have to deal with it now.
All right.
So let's see, how will you deal with this extra guard?
Well, it's actually fantastic because as he comes in, a song doesn't work unless it's a duet. So I've got to absolutely use the charm to pull the one guard who's already here for it. He established and he's like, you and me, brother, we can do this. It becomes a dual duet between the two of us, and the third guard's like, holy fuck.
I love
like,
this. Roll a good speed roll. You want to roll over your number. You already charmed the pants off this guy. You can roll 2. Your number is 3.
Was I trying to go high or
You're
low?
trying to go over.
Yay!
Yay!
Two successes. Yeah, and you get it. And now that other guard joins you, and you're singing Danny Boy. And that second guard is a little worried about his buddy, who's now singing Danny Boy with a prisoner, but he's very distracted, which lets you make
Go for a
break
little
for
bathroom
it.
stroll.
Yeah, why don't you make a mason roll, see if you can calmly stride away without being noticed. You can roll 2.
May I assist
You
by
roll-
playing lookout?
Too.
You want to help by playing lookout? All right, so why don't you roll a help roll? That's
Since
a
I
mason roll.
have extensive knowledge now of the general movements of
That's
things.
true.
Yeah,
Roll
like-
the mason roll. You can roll 3 since you did so well before on your roll. Do you want to roll under your number? Your number is 5.
I
Two successes?
No, one success.
One success, but that's all
you
it
need
takes
for
to
an
help
assist.
roll. So you can roll 3 now.
Nice.
And this is to see if you
Mediocre
can get away.
roll when it counts.
2 successes, 1 cell block.
2 successes. Okay, you got a question?
Sunshine. Sunshine loves me. Sunshine remembers me. Oh my gosh.
That's better than a question.
I know. That's all I need to know.
All right, I'm gonna keep things rolling here just because we're coming down to it.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yeah, that's all I needed.
yeah, you succeeded
Does my
though,
fish
right?
love me?
Yes.
So you got away.
Okay, I got away.
And I
Now
will
I gotta
say-
set it up.
All right, you get to the water tower, and I will say is that at the water tower there are 3 guards who surround the water tower.
Beautiful.
And there's one on the top who's got like a spotlight. Let's see if you plan to deal with these guards. Roll a d6.
Yeah.
I don't.
You planned, but your plan backfires.
Yeah, it backfires.
So
There was
Fire.
only supposed to be 2 today, not 3.
Yeah, your plan backfires, and what happens is you wind up. Let's say your plan was to distract the guards, but like maybe by throwing a rock. But when you throw the rock, instead of looking like where the rock went, they all immediately look to where the rock was thrown from. And I will say is that like they are more on guard now than they were before,
Sure.
and some of them start like walking over towards your direction.
Are they more on guards?
Well, they are kind of more on guards, you know. It's like they're not quite sure something's going on, but they are headed towards you with a kind of, you know, oh, what's going on over there?
They're heading towards me specifically?
Yeah, we'll say you're hiding behind the side of a building right now where you threw your rock from, just to keep things moving along.
Yeah.
Right. Oh no. Okay, so I'm hidden, and I know that there's nothing I can do, so I want to give a sort of a warning mirror light at the other two, as in like, plan went right, need help, kind of sort of a...
Okay, make a Mason roll. You can roll, you've probably gotten good at this point. You've been in prison for a few months now. Let's say you can roll
Longer,
2.
this is my second one. What'd you say this was?
It's a Mason roll.
This is a Mason?
Under your
crushed it.
number.
I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, so you absolutely signaled them. You see that the plan is off kilter.
I'm like, toss me the football.
I am not throwing you a bomb, sir.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm in the right place. I just need these guards to go
Yeah,
away.
we just need to pull heat,
So
and
that I
since
can-
you are
yeah.
focused on maintaining...
Right. I got these two guys in my...
Clearly, this falls to me. Ah! My knee! Oh, the agony! Oh, the pain! Oh, this body was not meant for manual labor!
What I will say is, make a good speed roll. You want to roll.
Why do I
your
do this
number.
to myself?
You can roll.
If it were a Rube Goldberg device,
You can roll 3.
Thank you. None.
Reroll.
Yep.
Nice.
And here's the pile of bullshit.
I know, but
There's like, why am I even rolling?
we got a table.
I might save a lot of my bullshit for next week when things will be exploding more.
Still no. This is what happens when I'm only rolling good speed. I'm definitely... There's my number on 1.
All right, it's only 1 success, so like you don't quite draw the attention of the guards. But what I will say is you do draw the attention of this German Shepherd on the nearby dock, who comes running over and hears your cries and starts licking your face and whimpering.
Oh, it's all right, good dog. No matter what kind of escape happens, we're gonna bring you with us.
And when the guards see the German Shepherd running, they start coming towards you and they're like, "Get away from that dog!" And I will say, because the audience, because our fans were kind enough to buy you some help from a pupper, when those guards start coming, that German Shepherd, who desperately does not want to be separated from you, turns around with a and just dives at those guards and just jumps on them.
What a glorious
and,
distraction.
Yeah, and they are having they're probably they're like trying to fight off this German Shepherd.
Okay.
Stupid, yeah.
Yep. They're distracted.
They're distracted.
I still feel like I'm not able to leave my post right now, but luckily, because there's still a guard up there now. So, but I have laid the stuff. I just can't light it from over there now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna light it in reverse. So since I can't light it from the source, luckily, I've got matches.
You do.
Okay.
So I gotta light it.
You know what? Yeah, you light that, and what I will say is, it's like it goes right down that hair wick, and it hits the water tower, and that explosion. I mean, this man knows what he's doing. He was taught how to blow things up by the IRA, and he had plenty of months to figure out how to build this bomb. And the water tower, like, it just blows a leg off the water tower, and the water tower just and it comes like crashing down on right onto part of the warden's house.
Oh boy.
And in the confusion, I will say the 3 of you you slip into those tunnels, and as you
with the pupper.
with the pupper and your goldfishes
Where there's
and
a
stuff.
lot of
You
them.
brought
My sock full of beans!
Yeah,
And
you-
the little mouse on top of the pupper, because we've been cultivating this image throughout the episode, and I need that mental visual payoff.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mouse riding a pupper.
I tie Sunshine to the collar.
Yes, Sunshine tied to the collar, and you have your bag of beans.
Is it with the dog?
I'm carrying my bag of beans.
And-
Oh, but the art.
Okay, and I trip, and the bag of beans, and then lands on the backs of the dog.
Lands on
Yeah,
the
because dog sock, dog
Yeah,
sock.
and you get down into those tunnels just in time, you know, all the way at the end of the tunnel, you see John Patrick Mason give you a salute and disappear into a door that locks behind him.
Oh,
and the three of you lay low until nightfall. You can hear all sorts of sirens and hubbub up top, but nobody knows about the tunnel, so they don't come down here looking for you. And at night, you go up and you slip onto the bottom of this boat with the help of the guard dog. You know, the guard dog is able to sort of smell people from a distance, and you have a pretty easy time with it,
Real good
actually.
dog.
Real good
Yeah,
boy.
and you get in and you stow away between these boxes. I'm sorry, I left out a detail.
Oh.
Okay, what I will say is while you are down in those tunnels, right before you sneak out, you pass a hallway where you look down the hallway and you see a whole row of those storage, you know.
Yeah,
those-
mysterious army storage
Mysterious
things that I'm
army
sure aren't
storage
any
things.
kind of big deal.
May we look
Yeah.
in one before we leave?
Yeah, absolutely. You crack one of those open, and inside there are...
Curiosity.
Yeah, inside you crack one of them open, and inside there are these tubes of what looks like sort of some pressurized material, some sort of combustible gas. It's got like explosion warnings on it and stuff. It's got all kinds of hazard and stuff. And you pick up the words nerve gas somewhere off of the box.
Nerd gas.
Yeah, nerd gas. Yeah.
Well, the fortunate thing is we're immune.
You pick up nerve gas off of one of the
gas,
box,
okay.
and you look down that hallway, and there are they go down as far as the eye can see. There's a ton of this stuff in here, whatever it's doing. But you don't got time to deal with it because you only got one shot to make this bus, to make this boat. So yeah, I will epilogue us out a little bit here. We got one more thing we got to do.
Different adventure.
But
Another episode.
you stow away on this boat, and I will say the first leg of the journey is going well. You are making it off of Alcatraz, and you.
Are we on the boat, or are we like clinging to the side of the boat?
You are on the boat. I will say you went beneath, and you stowed away underneath, like in
There's
some
a
of the
tiny
cargo.
port window.
Yeah,
We wiggled our way in. There
where
was
the
bigger-
bodies are stored and stuff.
Got it.
And during.
Oh, the murder hole.
Yeah, it moves very
Yeah,
slow, and it
right.
goes all the way out past Marine Headland. It's a very long trip, and while you're on the trip, you pop up to the top for a second just to look around. And I will say the boat rocks a little bit, and while the boat is rocking,
We do not come a knocking under any circumstances.
while the boat is rocking, Gal, you are just pitched into the water.
No!
You
What?
find yourself treading, and then from beneath you, rising in the waves, is this gigantic whale.
Are you fucking kidding me? Richard
Whoa,
Bud?
shoots water and just bounces you like into the air, and you come down. You are now in combat with a whale. It's Gale versus the whale. Gale, what do you want to do?
Gale versus the whale.
I never thought I'd have this day, but it's come to me now! And I'm gonna take my fist, I'm gonna take my sack full of beans, and I'm gonna shove it into the whale's blowhole, because I feel it deep in my bones that this is the one thing that I have to do, and I'm gonna shove it down into the fuckers, and it's just gonna choke, and I'm gonna run it, might try and escape under me, slippery little body, but I'm gonna ride it down in the depths.
I don't like being in here.
Colin, I want you to roll a good speed roll. You can roll 3. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 3. Oh my God!
Full successes!
3 full
The
successes.
one,
my God.
the one this year that you just.
If I only could win one, it would be this.
Yeah, you plunge that sock full of beans into the whale's blowhole, which completely confuses the whale. You start punching it, and you are totally getting the better of the whales. Like,
You're wailing on it.
I'm wailing on it.
That's right. It raises so much noise, the guards on the boat start to realize what's going on, but it's okay because the two of you just leap right over the side of the boat onto the side of the whale, which Gal has tamed for you.
Yes, I've savaged it, and I'm like, will to freedom with my hand deep inside of its blowhole.
Yes.
And I'm just like controlling it like
Wait, but
it's.
where'd Sean Connery Bean Man Randall.
He's up in there. It's all inside the way
I'm so scared.
the spirit of the beanbag has infused the whale, and now I control it like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. You totally control it.
Why are
Like
you stepping up on my thing?
you control the whale
now.
You and the whale
You're
are
the
one.
whale. You're the man now,
I am
dog.
the man now.
And yeah, you're the man now, and yeah, dog.
You're the whale
Wait,
now,
my
man.
dog is the
You're
dog.
the dog now.
I'm the whale now.
Yeah.
person.
And the three of you ride to freedom, and the next day headlines go throughout the country. 3 escape Alcatraz, and
Steel guard pupper.
yes, 3
Steel
escape Alcatraz.
guard
Steel
okay, wait.
guard
Okay,
pupper.
so a whale, as the moon is in the sky, a whale is cresting through the waves on top of through 3 good-looking prisoners. The salt air blowing in our hair, in our short military,
non-existent
but very
hair.
stylish buzz cuts.
Got it right.
And on the head of this whale is a pupper
With a
house.
and a fish
And a
tied
fish.
around
On the
its
collar. So
collar.
there is a mouse on a dog with a fish on a whale.
yes.
with a sock Sean Connery inside.
With a
yeah.
Just
With
clearing
sock
this
Connery
up.
inside.
This is what we do.
Connery inside.
It's the whale is a sock puppet.
Oh my god. Wow. Sam puns. So yeah, and that whale takes you home and to freedom. And what I will say is, and you make it, all 3 of you. And 30 years go by and you live your lives undercover, totally not being discovered by the law. You go back to Ireland
Bonnie
and just
Ireland.
make it out of the country and you're safe and you're fine. The 2 of you stay in the States and you live 30 years. Things are seeming fine. You're sure you made it. Nobody knows who you are.
I'm a
Except
dog breeder.
one day, yeah, you're a dog breeder. What do you do?
I work in a kitchen now.
You work in a kitchen. You're a dog breeder. You work in a kitchen, and one day you're breeding your dogs, and you're working in the kitchen, and suddenly, like in each of your respective workplace, teams of commandos just come breaking through the windows and grab you, and they put bags over your head
Oh
and
my.
cart you off.
That seems aggressive.
And then yeah, you finally they pull the bags off. You are tied to a chair in this warehouse, and it's all full of like army guys. And this guy who looks suspiciously like Nick Cage walks up to you and he says, "We're gonna need your help."
I've had dreams like this, but I don't know if you're into the way this ends.
We'll talk about that later. For now, I need you to show me how to get into Alcatraz. And on that, we will see you next week for part 2 of The Rock.
Part 2, the hard place.
Yeah, oh my god, thank you everybody. By the way, for part 2 of The Rock, one Dom-time tier that you will get next week, which I will tell you about, is next week you will get, the 2 of you who will be back next week will get assistance, or someone will get assistance from Cameron Poe, Nick Cage's character from Con Air.
Yep.
So we will have 2 Nick Cages
Wow.
So
wait a
basically,
minute. What if
everyone on
Let's
this
go.
show is gonna talk with a really slow
We're
southern
Everybody
accent.
is Nick
All
Cage
Put
next
the
week.
bunny
Put
back
the bunny
in the box.
in the box. Yeah,
You've seen this?
Oh my god. We are going to have, yeah, we're having a put the bunny back in the box off next week.
Oh yeah.
Sam, we will explain to you so you know understand what's going on. But yeah, that is totally
the
going to
most
happen.
wholesome scene in a very depraved movie.
This was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
It was so much
Oh
fun.
my gosh! More, please, thank you.
And
I know.
you are
You
awesome.
murdered. You destroyed a whale.
Yeah, you got to fight a whale, man, and you did
Look,
great.
whoever was that, I assume, was that a special request from a weird...
That was a special request from me.
You did this to me? Thank you, Rick. Thank you for giving me the chance to finally punch a whale in the face.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure.
If you
That's-
don't understand, just start Googling. and
Yes,
it'll
look
fall
for
together.
@Colin Kelly hates whales or
At
There's
Colin,
Colin
at
loves
CK
whales.
loves whales.
at CK loves whales. Sorry, I got that right.
Completely true.
So yeah, we will be back. We will be back next week for The Rock Part 2, which will bring us 30 years forward for the actual action of the Michael Bay movie, where they will be headed back into The Rock for all sorts of crazy, explosive Michael Bay type action. And we will have with us, we wanted to get a different special guest for next week, so we got the only person that we could find cooler than Colin Kelly, Amanda Powers, who will be joining our team of commandos. And also, bonus, we will have our friend Omar Najam back. The
always the best heisting buddy.
So good at heisting.
The four of them are heading in, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And real quick, let's go around the table, tell the good people where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Sam DeLev. You can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaikovSky. You can catch me along with the radiant Gina DeVivo every Monday on Plunders and Blunders podcast, the D&D comedy podcast we do together and with our buddies. You can also catch me with the transcendent Gina DeVivo on Fridays from 4 to 7 p.m. on Geek and Sundry, Twitch, and Alpha for Callisto 6, our cyberpunk superhero RPG.
Ooh. Wonderful.
Now go tell us about the things you two do together.
In addition to that, I am Gina DeVivo. You can find me online at Pocket Gina. You can find me at all the aforementioned things that Sam lovely pitches for me. And you can also catch me at Geek and Sundry 9:30 at night, Wednesdays for Weave Society, the awesome all-female troupe that plays the game Weave. It's really great in chaos
It's
and
amazing.
it's amazing. It's really great. And then, in tradition, you can find me again where fine podcasts are distributed with the lovely Colin Kelly for Champions of the Earth.
Yes, I am Colin Kelly. You can find me on the internet at CP Kelly. And you can check us out on Tuesday for our very exciting episode 14 of Champions of the Earth. You can check us out wherever podcasts are juiced from.
Yes.
You can check us out on Twitter at ChampionsCast. We do a pretty fun Super Sentai, high stakes emotion drama adventure. And I gotta be real, if you enjoy the Gina DeVivo, which you probably do, because she's not
Because
bad.
you are an audience of taste and distinction.
Yes, because you are a
Has her
human
moments.
being with blood in your veins, you are going to want to check out next week's episode of Champions.
Yes, please.
Because it's like it's supposed to be an action adventure podcast, but we've been prepping for Homecoming
So many hormones.
for like 1,000 years, and we are getting so close. And you guys,
It's almost happened.
oh my god, it's so beautiful. They don't want to fight anything; they just want to have feelings at each other and be angsty teens.
Yeah, Champions is great. It's got like awesome production value.
Gina's the greatest role player of all time. What?
And Gina's kind of on a hot streak right now, so.
She's the greatest of all time. That's just
I told you I like
science.
fire.
She has her moments now and again. I'm Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Tempting Fate RPG. Tomorrow night on Saving Throw, catch Tales from the Loop, which I think is being hosted by Tom Lommel, yes, okay. Yeah, Tom Lommel doing Tales from the Loop. That should be amazing. Tom is awesome. That is tomorrow at 8. And I will be back here next week with Gina and Sam and Amanda Powers and Omar Najam for The Rock Part 2. Thank you so much, everybody. You've been amazing with us all season. We are super grateful for the support that you give us in Saving Throw. And that's it. Thank you, players, for being awesome. And thank you for tempting fate with us.
Thank you. And also for Popper.
The dog sounds so pretty when it's played by a jazz band. Even the frog is so pretty when it's played by a band so grand. Well, any tune sounds like opera when it's played with harmony. But if you want to be classy, play me Johnson Jack Jazz and you make a hit with me.